Yeah, so I mean, we're gonna go into some things here tonight, man. Put a lot of these damn mestizos, Spanish, Spaniards, and damn Moabites on blast. I mean, because that's what it really is, man. Yeah, and for these, these Israelites, these One West, splinterment groups to continuously to deny, that, hey man, these people are not our people, and they're coming out and they're letting them feel exactly what they think of them. That, hey man, you guys are Canaanites. A brother sent me a link tonight with some damn Hispanics challenging. Notice they won't come towards FOPE and TDOC. But a brother sent the link where they was debating, saying that, we're Canaanites. I wouldn't even entertain that argument, first of all, because these people, they didn't even know that. They knew nothing about being a damn Israelite until they heard it from one of us, a true Israelite of a Negro descent. So I mean, that's what it is, man. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to put the link in the room. I see FOPE here. If any of you want to come on and speak, you're entitled to do so. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we want to bring out, we're going to talk about Gads, the true Gadites. Because when people say Gadite, let me show you what they what often comes to mind, because of that One West false doctrine. And so that's one of our main intents, is to end that One West false doctrine for all, once and for all. And anyone that's actually affiliated, One West is still trying to hold on to that nonsense. Then shame on you, man. Really, shame on you. Because it's not true. And so, I guess, really we're going to continue off. I mean, I was listening to the core that FOPE did last night, and we're going to continue on from there. So we got a few brothers that's going to be calling in, Dawid, Eleazar, and we're going to continue to deal with the buffoonery. They're going to, speak on it. So, hopefully here soon, they will be calling in here. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to show you.
Have any of these people actually try to trace their lineage?
They don't have any. Can you see what's on the screen right here?
Con. Yeah.
All right. Can you see the full thing? See this Asian right here? That they call Native Americans.
Moab.
Yeah. See this Moabite? They call him Native Americans. Now, how in the hell you go from? This is a true Gadite right here. Me. This is me, a true Gadite, an indigenous American. I'm not going to say an Indian, because we're indigenous. We're the first ones here. We're indigenous. Now, as you can see, I have lips. I have lips. This guy doesn't have lips. This guy had the same features that the Euro Asians have, because that's where he came from. He's a Moabite. And as you see, we've totally, rejected this sign. And this is really what it's should look like. Judah should be the Negroes in America and scattered throughout Africa.
Con.
The Benjamites should be Negroes in the West Indians only, right? Levi should be Haitians of a Negro descent. Simeon is Dominicans of a Negro descent. Zebulun is Negroes in Guatemala and Panama, Negro only. Ephraimites, no, man, the J-Los and all of that, they're not our people. Now, I know many of you, man, you like how a J-Lo looks, you're lusting because you love Esau. But Ephraim is only the Negroes in Puerto Rico, the Israelites of a Negro descent. You understand? Same thing for Manasseh. You go to Cuba, it's of a Negro descent only. And the Gads, that's me, that's my people. Negro descent. Indigenous Americans. Same thing from Reuben. a Negro only descent. This is what we started off as. Jacob, you know, his wives, all Negro descent. Nefertali, Negroes in Argentina and Chile. These are the Israelites of a Negroid descent. Asser is the Negroes in Colombia to Uruguay. We're not talking about these Spanish people with the straight hair. We're not talking about them. Those are not our people, and you Israelites need to come clean. And I'm glad they're starting to show their true heart and how they really feel about you, because they're calling you Canaanites. They're saying you're Africans. And they didn't, and what's ridiculous about that? They didn't even know who the hell an Israelite was until we taught them. And I choose any of them to show me any kind of damn ancient artifacts with a damn Hispanic on it. Show me one damn prophet that was a Hispanic.
You're not going to find it.
Just one. And Issachar, the real people of Mexico of a Negroid descent. I'm not talking about Spanish that came over there and took over that area. So as well as the scattered and dispersed throughout the world that's of a Negro descent through the four corners of the world. Those are the Israelites. These are the real Israelites. And we're not standing for that garbage that One West has been pushing on our people for all of these years. We're not going for that garbage anymore, man. We're waking people up. And you can like that, understand it, believe it or not.
For edification purposes, if you guys do your own research.
Hey brother, Dawee, you've been added to the call. I'm waiting for
What's
Ellie
up, man?
to come in. So what we're doing, Ellie, I mean, a brother sent me a link earlier, good brother Dawee, you know, about some damn Hispanics that's calling themselves Israelites. There was debating some other brothers, calling the brothers Canaanites. Now you know damn well they didn't know a damn thing about an Israelite until they heard it from one of us. Now they're
Correct.
calling themselves Israelites, and suddenly we're complete Africans. They're trying to steal our entire identity. What you think about that, good brother Dawee?
I think that they trying to search to look for an identity, man, and they want to leech onto ours, like all the nations do. All the nations ain't nothing but culture vultures, man. They hate us as a people, but yet they like our culture. They listen to our music. They try to rap like us, dance like us. Everything we do, they follow.
Come.
So who is the pioneer of the planet? That's what I want to ask them. Who is the trendsetter? Who makes all the moves that everybody else want to move in on? We do. And see, what a lot of our people need to learn right now, today, you need to stop following a liar.
Right.
That One West doctrine is a lie from Jump Street.
That's it.
It's a damn lie from Jump Street. It's a hook. I know the nigga that created the chart. And this brother here found out that the man used a book called what? British Israelitism or something like that?
British Israelitism. And he got it from Edomite. He got it from Edomite. And all idea was change the names around, man. That's all he did.
That's all he did. And see, listen, that chart is about making money, man. Because look who they got on it. If you look at the chart, the first three people on that chart, the first three tribes mentioned is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Now, you can clearly see that those are Negro people. They got the African American as Judah. They got the West Indian black as Benjamin. They got the Haitian black as Levi. Now, the confusion starts from Simeon on down, from the Dominicans. Now, in the Dominican Republic, you got three classes of people. You got mestizos, mixed people. You got the Negro, and you got the white folks over there that's of Spaniard blood. Now, out of those three people I named, which one would be Israel? The Negro. Just like in Puerto Rico, just like in Cuba, Colombia, Brazil, the whole nine. It's the Negro. See, they want to keep pushing that Hosea 7 and 8. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Now they saying that Ephraim got their cake turned. Could they give a year that this happened? And the people that they were surrounded around were black people. The ancient Assyrians are black. So if the ancient Assyrians turned their cake, their offspring would still be black.
Con.
So check this out. These Hispanics that we see, like Ricky Martin, Jennifer Lopez, they got white blood in them.
That's right.
They Edomites. They got Edomite blood in their body because they come from that Spanish seed of Spain. Okay, and this is what our people, and see Aria, that lying ass bastard. I'm gonna call him exactly what he is. Some of these Negroes that come from One West White be listening. Do I give a damn about you? Do I care about your feelings? I don't care. It's about the truth. Our people need to hear this. Because see, what I'm going to tell every one of them, man, and they're going to hear this. You keep playing with the souls of our people, I'm going to tell you something. When you step in front of the Most High, and the Most High step to you, and he know you was lying all them years and never came clean, what you think he going to do to your ass?
Put him to death, man.
Thank you. And see, we check this out. Being real with this, you already know Aria's ass is on his way out. Just like Tazadaq, just like Nate Satan, your honey bear, all of their asses is done. Because see, I'm gonna tell you something what our people need to know. See, greed make people stupid because they'll go the extra mile to get that money. Meaning they'll even commit sin, blasphemy to get that paper, man. And Tazadaq blasphemed, but he made a lot of money because he robbed the congregation. He robbed our people up in there, man. He was making mad money. He had an apartment here in New York, $18,000 a month. Who you think was paying for that?
And he was taking his son to school in a damn limo, a private limo every damn day to take his children to school. A private limo.
But see, this is where the hypocrisy comes in, man. See, like, look, men like this can never be trusted. This is why I'm telling our people right now, and I let every one of their asses know, I ain't scared of none of your asses, and don't you come to me with that bullshit. All right? I got a king. I got a man that I got to follow to the best of my ability, keep his laws. It ain't about none of you. You don't determine a damn thing in no man or woman's life on the planet of this nation. So you niggas keep running your mouth and the Lord gonna shut your mouth. Cool. That's what's coming down. So I'm gonna let my brother Melik say a little something if he got something to say. Melik, go on.
Neighborhood Hebrew. What you got? What you got to speak on this topic, Neighborhood Hebrew? A brother sent me a link earlier on Neighborhood Hebrew about some damn mestizos, Spanish men, having a debate, calling us Canaanites, and suddenly they're the Israelites. They're completely trying to steal our identity when they knew absolutely nothing about what an Israelite is. I challenge any of them to show me. Just, I mean, common damn sense, right? Dealing with antiquity, how in the hell could they be Israelites when Israel's in what they refer to as Africa? You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
Just dealing with antiquity. The damn land of Israel itself is in Africa.
Northeast.
Come on. So
and ain't no people that look like them ever been in that area.
Right. Come on.
Not in history. So where they get that madness from? See, they leeching on to the lie of Aria. Aria, see, listen, what he is a good, that word, I'm trying to think of it.
Good Samaritan?
He's smooth in telling lies, bro. He's smooth.
Right.
Like a rapper, like these rappers, they lying through their teeth. They selling our people bullshit, but our people believe in it. That's what he did with all of these other people that believe that they are part of the nation of Israel, man. He sold them a lie and they fell into the lie. They fell into the trap.
Come. Neighborhood Hebrew, what you got on this, man? Yeah, he's still muted.
Yeah, he's still muted.
Yeah, he's in the room. You're in the room, Neighborhood Hebrew. I mean, you just need to
yeah, now you're on. Yeah, Mel, go ahead.
He's unmuted now.
Okay. But see, what I see about these guys is, man, look, it's about, they know all the doctrines they teaching is false. They know it, but they making money.
Right.
They got to tell you a lie to make that paper, bro. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what they doing. Nate, it's like this. Check this out. How you all these different groups know who they are. They say they all Israel, but none of them niggas can get along. Because it's a fight for power.
Facts.
Fight for power. Nigga, and yo, let's be real with something. I'm gonna let you get in, bro. Let's be real with something. None of them got no power.
Yep.
You out on them street corners, you telling these all these nations and shit what you gonna do to them. You ain't gonna do jack.
Ain't gonna do nothing.
All right? And let's get real. Go up to Donald Trump and give him an order and see what happened to your ass. Deal with facts, man. I'm dealing with these niggas is in a dream world, bro. They the new Martin Luther King, bro. They just got a bigger mouth than he had. You feel me? That's all they are, man. They selling dreams to these fools that go up in these camps. These camps don't determine nobody's life. The salvation of no man or woman on the planet, man. All you got to do is follow the curriculum of the Most High, man. That's it. And the Messiah gonna make that decision whether you get in that kingdom or not. It's on his back, not none of them. These titles that these niggas take on, man, yo, kid, they do it because when they was coming up, people was mocking them, making a mockery of them. You was nothing, and now these titles make these niggas think that they something special. And it's Ariana is the reason for these niggas thinking that way, because he set up that rank system in One West, man, all right, and gave these men titles of a general, of captain of 10,000, 5,000, 1,000. General, yo, they had up in there when I was in there, man. The highest ranking generalship you can get is 13 shield general. Even in the white man don't got no 13 shield general.
Right. That's what the brother Rakar Karab was. That was under Comfy. 13 shield general. Now he going hard against Comfy once he realized that, it was all a damn facade. I mean, he realized he was a 13 shield general, Rakab Kawab, under that damn discomforter dude, the damn demon, a black gorilla that was calling himself the Holy Spirit, because that's what he was saying. He may as well have said that his name was Hamashiach Yahawashah, because that's what he was saying when he said that he was a comforter. Basically, he was saying he was the second return of a Mashiach, and these dumb, simple ass Negroes don't get that. That's what he was saying.
And you know what was funny? If you watch some of this fool's tape, now he the Holy Spirit, and it say the Holy Spirit gonna bring remembrance of all things, right? Why he quoting scriptures and getting people to get, nigga, you supposed to know the script. You are the word. You supposed to know the word backwards and forwards. How you going to, give me that script, give me Galatians 5 and 4, or give me Matthews 24 and 16. You supposed to quote it. You supposed to know it. You the word, fool. Come on. And all them people standing in there clapping for this fool and getting robbed blind. See, that's what worshiping a man does to you. It destroys you. It destroys you. Look at all our people that follow man and look at the state of mind they in now. Martin Luther King. Niggas still messed up. Still believe in his dream. Malcolm X jacked you up. Come on. Jesse Jackson. Al Sharpton. The list go on. If our people really got to understand what they got to understand right now, you got one ticket to heaven, and it's you got to jump on that plane with the Messiah, because he's the pilot. He gonna fly you to the destination. He gonna get you there. You understand? It's under his rule regulations. Man ain't got no say in none of this. They could talk until they damn swallow their tongue, because that's what's gonna happen to their ass. They don't make no decision on nobody, man. And see, Ariel knew what the hell he was doing. See, they brung all these heathens in there, man. It's about sliding up in their women, dude. Come on. Be real with the facts, man.
Hey, John,
yo, dude, you know damn well. Let's go back. Let's look at Jacob. When Jacob was alive, he was a black man. 4 women he was with, black. All children he produced was black. Now, how the hell in the future his bloodline gonna change to be mixed? Come on.
Salakia, I think Neighborhood Hebrew is trying to get your attention. Go ahead, brother.
Yes, sir. Hey, Dawiya.
Yo, what's up? Shalom, bro.
Shalom. Shalom to everybody who listening. Shalom, Tazadaq. Shalom to everybody on the panel. Peace and blessings.
Shalom.
So here's the funny thing. About 2 years ago, I was in one of those groups on Facebook, one of those Hebrew groups, and came in contact with some Hispanics. And they started that same thing. Y'all Canaanites, y'all Hamites, y'all didn't come over here. And I don't forgot the name of the group, but they actually got a Facebook page and a following. Now, the funny thing is, if it wasn't for Ariel and that chart and teaching that, then these people would never know anything about an Israelite in the first place.
But so can I just interject for a second, good brother, Neighborhood Hebrew? Because you asked a relevant. I was listening to the call that you was on last night with FOPE.
Yes.
And so, you asked a relevant question that they really didn't answer correctly, right? Because I was affiliated with them before FOPE. I came in '96, right? And so what they was doing, you asked a relevant question. Why didn't brothers question the sign then, right? The reason they didn't question it, because the way that they would teach you at One West, like people that didn't really believe, and you could vouch for this, Dawi, people that really didn't believe in the year 2000, they was told you're gonna be forced out of the damn school. You gotta believe. So whatever
they made us teach that.
You, if you didn't accept it, they would kick you the hell out. They would stand you up when they call brother's name. Brother would get very nervous because they would think it's going to kick him out. Because they would brainwash brother's mind and say, well, if you ever have to leave the school, a black demon going to come from hell named Apollyon and plague you, or are you going to die of some type of kidney? They put fear in brothers. So that's why brothers was accepting it. You see what I'm saying?
And check it out.
Question nothing. Yeah, go
ahead. Can I say something?
Go ahead, King.
They had cats teaching that since the 80s, man.
Yeah.
The 80s. We're talking like 1989, 1988, that the Messiah was going to arrive on January 1st in 2000, because Ariel got that from a white man. Mormons.
The beginning of the real year.
That's right. And the dead of the winter, too.
That's not even the beginning of the new year. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, in 2000, man. Not only when Esau was pushing that damn garbage about everyone's computer was going to shut down, you had brothers on the top of the damn projects ready to jump off, man, when the world didn't end in the year 2000. Right in New York. You can't even call me a liar, man.
Now, you were correct. You hunted.
They were vouch for that, man.
You had people waiting on rooftops for them, man, here in New York, man. People gave up their jobs, told their boss, I quit. Left college and school, took all their money out their bank. They believe this lie, man. And see, when you look at a man like Ariel, that man is smooth in telling a lie, bro. He's smooth. He's a smooth operator. That's what he's good at, man. He don't know nothing else but lie. It's like when I was talking with a Maricop. Remember on that? You might have seen it. I said, yo, to the man. I said, yo, did the man lie to you? He said, yeah. Well, I'm gonna ask you a question here. If that man lied to you, then why the hell do you still believe in his teaching? How can you hold that man in high standard?
No, Salakia, he wouldn't admit that he lied to. I remember exactly. He said, he didn't lie to me. He lied to you see what I'm saying? He was trying to tap dance around it. He was trying to tap dance around it. And I called him out on it. He's like, yeah, I don't tap dance, man. But truth is, man, the man lied to everyone. You see what I'm saying?
It's everybody. That's right.
Hey, he got lies on record. He got the 2000 prophecy on record. He got the lie on record saying Jermaine Grant is the holy comforter. So
that's two. The chart.
The chart. Jermaine, did they not co-sign that Jermaine went to Mount Sinai?
Yep.
That's four. How about Mashah's King David?
Mashah, King David.
So eventually there's a pattern set here. And this pattern spells liar to me. So how can you believe anything that falls off his lips at that point? And I'm going to predict this now. So everybody remember this. As soon as Tazadaq hit prison, there's going to be another split in that camp.
I wouldn't doubt it for a minute.
Yep.
Somebody's going to make a power play.
It's already happening because their 13th general, Rakab Kawab, is already breaking north, and he stored it like an entourage against Tazadaq.
There it is. Somebody gonna make a power move, and REI gonna co-sign them, and that's and that it'll be.
And I'm gonna say something. I'm feeling this coming. The Lord about to take that nigga ass out. That's what I'm feeling. REI.
I mean, listen, he got it's about time. I mean, listen. I ain't wishing death for no man, but let me say this: you pay for everything you did one way.
Yeah, no doubt.
You gonna pay for it. So everything that he did, he got coming back to him. He gonna have to face the Creator.
That's it. And he in a position where that he can't repent for either, because he co-signed this man as the comforter. That's gonna get his ass in trouble too. All right. And see, this is what greed does, man. Greed will make you blaspheme, bruh. Sin against your own spirit. Sell your spirit, man. Sell your soul for a couple of shekels, man, and some chicken bones, man. That's what these niggas have done. I mean, check this out. What's so hard of just waiting for the Messiah to come back and do what need to be done? Because everybody on this panel right here, who are we waiting on? Who are we waiting on? Who we wake up to every morning praying to spare us this day, get us through this day, help us in our life, overcome all our obstacles, man. Everybody on this panel is praying to the same being, hoping the same man come back one day and deliver his people from this captivity. So why is it so hard for you not to trust in him when he got all power? The Most High gave him all power, like it say in John the 5th chapter. All power been given to him.
Hey, but that's because he's physical. I'm talking about Arya and them. They're not dealing with the spiritual. So I too, and I'm gonna say this right now, I too have also been healed by the Messiah. And the reason I'm gonna say that is, y'all think about this. Everything that he did physically, he is still doing spiritually. So when he was on this planet, the Messiah that is, when he was on this planet, he spent a lot of his time healing the blind, healing the deaf, helping the lame walk. So the only reason that I could see the truth now when I see it is because he healed my eyes. And the only reason I can hear the truth now is because he healed my ears, and now I can walk in it. Those guys want all of the glory over there, and you cannot have it. You can't have it. And it's been falling apart ever since that. As soon as money comes into play, niggas get greedy. So now Paul want all the money. King David said, "Now, Paul, you can't have the money." Peter, and I'm talking about what them fools call themselves. So if y'all want me to believe that you had David, Paul, and Peter here together at the same time, and we still in the same situation, if not worse, they out their mind.
And they were out their mind, man. Definitely. Well, I've seen it firsthand. That's right. But you know what it is?
Look at the destruction that's done happened since then. You got the Mexicans running around here talking about, oh, no, y'all Canaanites, y'all Hamites. I don't know where y'all get that, because you can't find no scripture to support that. So it's just everything goes back to them. They had to be infiltrated a lot earlier than we ever perceived.
Listen,
had to have
don't even know Mexicans don't even know no scriptures like that.
Right.
Not even in the truth.
That's right.
The spirit ain't even moving with them like that. No, excuse me, the law, because Judah is the law. The law ain't even moving in them like that to remember it. If you try to run down on them and like, let's battle, they ain't gonna be able to battle you.
Right. No. Right.
They don't know no scriptures like that because the spirit ain't, no, excuse me, the soul ain't in them. You
Yeah,
feel me?
They
when
not
you
the
look at-
people.
when you look
They
at
not the
statistics-
people.
when you look
They
at
not.
statistics,
Very
most of them
few
are
of them.
classified
Very
as white.
few of them. Con.
You
Con.
go ahead, Up.
Con.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Mel, go ahead.
No, I'm listening. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah. Eliezer was speaking on something, man. Because there's someone in Harlem. Because I want to show people. I don't want them to think my view is unbiased. I see damn racism in New York all the damn time, every damn day. Them damn Hispanics against Jake. Man, I've worked on the job with people, and they've used derogatory terms against, so-called black people. You see what I'm saying? One guy told me, yeah, my mom, she said that we had black somewhere in our descendancy, and they never told me. And I asked them why they never told me. Is because, hey, we don't want you to deal with them people. You're white. Our people are white. He was completely telling them that. And so and it was on the grandmother's side, but the grandfather was a damn Edomite. You see what I'm saying? But they try to erase that part completely of the grandmother having, so-called black in her, a Negro in the descendancy. And she was like, well, why don't you? And I was, I was talking to this one sister, and she said, her mom say, straight up, I don't want to put her out there. She's an Israelite. Her dad is a Jake, a Negro, but her mom is a so-called Hispanic. She was saying that her mom said, well, how come you can't get a white man? Why you gotta mess with one of them monkeys? Like literally like that. And why you fall in that garbage anyways? You see what I'm saying? This is a sister confessing about her mom. And so her mom don't even really accept her. She take her other sister over her because her other sister is married to an Edomite. So it goes on all of the time, all of the time. And they try and sweep it under the rug, man. And it's like really incensing for these damn, people like Tazadaq, Nate Satan, you know what I mean? That big-eyed Bubba Blackfish, Rakah with GOCC to try and, say these people are our damn people when they hate our guts. And the only ones that really come around us, man, is the ones that's poor. You see what I'm saying? That ones that might be in the hood, but that doesn't make them fit the plagues. You see what I'm saying?
No.
Just because a few of them fall off in the hood. So damn what? The so-called Mexican will come here, like you were saying last night, and they'll all, form a conglomerate together, start their own damn business.
That's right.
In the damn hood, you're not going into a soul food restaurant too much anymore. You're going to a damn Mexican restaurant. You see what I'm saying? In New York, it's Puerto Rican bodegas every damn way. You don't see
this out.
You don't see Jake with a damn corner.
Check this out,
like
Tazadaq.
It's a
They
damn
got food
Arab.
trucks everywhere. They got food trucks damn near on every corner. Listen, not besides the food trucks
everywhere.
Yeah, they got pop-up stands where they just sit on the corner with their food and they lights and they cook. They got the hot dogs where they sell the fucking pork hot dogs wrapped in bacon. They got them, you feel me? And they got the restaurants on damn near every other corner. They got like 4 ways of making money. You feel me? But check this out. And the cold part is the Mexican mafia is taking money from all of them. All that money is being collected and sent up to them.
Yes, it is.
Feel me?
Yes, it is.
Like it's a cold game. Like they got Judah, and that's coming from up top. You feel me? To kill Judah, and they go along right with it. And some of them, a very few are Israelites among them that got Judite spirit. They got Judite spirit in them. You feel what I'm saying? But that's a small few. That's a small few because I don't believe that Issachar. Issachar ain't never made it over in Mexico.
It's Issachar, but they look like us. They don't even look nothing like them. You see what I'm saying? They got that damn 6 ether hair, man. Which means when you put heat to it, it forms that 6. It's not like us, man. And I'm not
check this out.
It's like they slow. It's like they slow. It's like they missing something. When you be talking to them and dealing with them, it's like they missing a spark or something. It's like they missing, like, like how you make something and it's just missing it. It's like, damn, like y'all missing something. I don't know what it is.
They don't have the natural hair, bro.
That too, but I'm talking about intelligent wise. They missing something in there, bro.
They not fast. They not sharp.
They are not.
I mean,
they are not.
It depends on what you're
talking
about.
They is not fast.
They ain't sharp when it comes
fast.
to the Bible because that's our game. But you go ask that.
Not even that. They're not even sharp when it comes to anything else, neither. I work around
Ask
them.
him about some.
I be
Ask
listening to.
him about some yayo and see what happens.
Oh yeah, they know
Yeah,
about that.
the negative course, man. We talk. Listen, check this out. Can they really hold a real deep conversation about some serious knowledge? Nah,
because they ain't
not
believing.
even close. They ain't got the spirit. And look at something here, man. Listen, they trying to sell that they part of Israel. Well, what curses are they under?
Right. What curses? Right.
What
They got their
can
own money.
I think
Their own
I think
land.
they fit the. I think they fit the curses of all the other nations that fit the general curses. Every nation got somebody that is tender among them that be killing. They kill each other. It's the same thing, but you have to fit all of them. You feel me? And they don't. And I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna just say it again. This is just one. It's 10 of them living in one house.
Yeah, it is.
You ain't.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Have y'all ever
Bro.
seen them in the grocery store?
Bro,
Gonna
it's
have 2
10 of them.
buggies.
Listen, if you Tazadaq, let's say me and you walking down the street, Tazadaq, and a Mexican get crazy, we start working out on his ass, right? If it's Mexicans across the street walking or anything, they gonna get out and help that motherfucker.
I know.
They gonna get out and help his
I
ass.
know. My brother lived in L.A. pretty much. He's in Cali since high school. He was married to one. You see what I'm saying? And they don't like his children. You see what I'm saying? Because they got the kinky hair and all of that. He had 2 children by one of them. You see what I'm saying? And her damn brothers was cholos. And I used to be calling my brothers monkeys and all of that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how in the hell they are people, man? Come on, man.
Right. Oh no, they hate our guts.
Yeah,
They hate our guts.
And if a Jake try to move into East LA, they go by try and spray his crib up and all of that.
Oh,
you try and force him out of the neighborhood, man.
What? Listen, I wouldn't even live East LA.
Yep.
If I go over there, I'm going with a big ass gun. I'm going with a big ass gun if I go over there,
bro.
I'm going over there with a Gatling.
Especially with them avenues, they the main killer of black people over there. All them avenues, that's what they call avenues.
Like Figueroa?
No, like avenue. Like they name is like Avenue. Mexican gang is called Avenue. That's what they name is, Avenue. Like Avenue 42, Avenue 43, Avenue 48. Like, listen, they hate niggas with a passion. With a passion. They got looses, they got monkeys, like, and teddy bear monkeys hanging on the loose on their stop sign.
Check this out. The Mexican don't know who helped them get their independence.
Right.
Which they call Cinco de Mayo. It was us. We helped their ass get their independence.
Right.
Yeah, Gaspar Yankee. Gaspar Yankee.
They created something called the Brown Panthers or for the Black Panthers. You understand?
Yeah, they did.
They're trying to emulate the Black Panthers. A lot of them don't even know that damn history because I talked to some of them. They knew absolutely nothing about it. They just call themselves the Brown Berets. You see what I'm saying? Imitation of the Black Panthers. And I'm gonna hit you something up. All of these nations that's here from somewhere else that now get civil rights, you know why? It's because we fought, bled, and died in the streets. Now they come here, and if they classify themselves as minority, they automatically get those civil rights that we died for, that we shed our blood for. But they don't care. We're still just another, coon or shine to them, man. They don't really care about us. And so that's what incenses me. This is why I be banging so damn hard on these One West groups that won't speak out against it. And if you won't speak out against it, then you're guilty. If you still have these people in your camps, then you're guilty. Because
if you selling them false hope about being saved and given the kingdom, come on, real. Listen, you guilty. And listen, I'm gonna say this too. Let's get in some of these niggas' asses now. Zabak, right? Let's get in that nigga ass. You know that man was courting that girl, bro. Young 15-year-old girl. She's 17 years old now. Why you ain't a man to step to that punk? Right? Should have been a man, step to that punk. If I had a daughter, man, and some old ass 50-something-year-old nigga was courting my daughter, I'd chop that nigga ass in pieces. Period. Point blank, period.
My man Eliezer ran up on him though. Eliezer encountered that dude Zabak out in Cali. But I'm gonna hit you with something. Huh? I just talked to a brother that used to be in his camp in Cali. The camp in Cali has broken up, and the brother was telling me, just like I was telling brothers over the phone up here in the Bronx, Zabak kept getting damn STDs running to the damn clinic on Southern Boulevard in the Bronx. And I know the sister that worked there. You see what I'm saying? The sister that worked there told that other sister that's an Israelite, and the sister told me, Jeffrey Iverson be in the damn health clinic all the time with STDs passing them shits around. So you know he probably passing them to his wives, whoever else that he's dealing with. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Now the brother told me that he was like, something about the insurance, because his brother selling insurance. He said, you got a funny code that came back on your insurance. You dig what I'm saying? And he said Zabak told him, oh yeah, that's just a hernia. But the brother said he knew he was lying. That was a damn STD. You see what I'm saying? So he out there passing them shits around. Now, I guess since Eliezer ran up on him, he hasn't been back to Cali, man. The brother said he haven't seen him back in Cali.
I heard some cats wanted to tap dance on his ass out there, man. That's why that nigga left.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, that was Eliezer. That was Eliezer.
Yeah, that was me. And here's my thing is with this truth. I came from a high place in the world. It ain't no going back to that. You feel me? This is what I'm in. So I'm not playing with nobody. That's, excuse me, that's you or all the brothers on here. Nobody. I gave up my worldly life for this. So I'm not finna give up my worldly life to be dealing with some people that think they street and gangster to be running game on me. You feel me? And taking advantage of people when they know that people is in need of healing, people in need of love. Because, a lot of Judites ain't got nobody to love them. They daddy gone, they mom on crack or whatever. So, niggas is angry. So they looking for that. They looking for that house. They looking for that love. They looking for somebody that
has some comfort in their life.
Right. Right. But you want to take advantage of that. Like, I ain't one of them dudes. I ain't going to let you do that, bro, to nobody. You feel me? Because I don't need that. Everybody need love. I need it too, but I don't need it like how they need it. You feel what I'm saying? I can survive. So
that's right.
Zabak was coming down here, he don't know. He doesn't know. A lot of Israelites don't know, because when it's meet you, it's like me meeting you now. Oh, Hashem, my Shaki Hawashai, and blah, blah, blah. Brothers don't know where you come from in the world. And so they put on this persona like they are this and that. And then when they say some slick shit to you, and then you say, hey, bro, check this out. I don't play that. You carnal, or you this, or you that, or you this. It's not. It's me being a man, I'm setting my boundaries with you to let you know how far to go before we start striving and somebody get hurt. So Zabak down here, I'm watching everything. I'm like, wait a minute, who the hell this nigga think he is? So he started camp out here. Now, from my understanding, when he started a camp out here, the camp had broke up because he was sleeping with a brother's wife.
See that?
You feel me? And I got confirmation from a brother and the brother's wife together at the same time. We was talking about Yaquab. They didn't know about Yaquab sleeping with the girl. I didn't see him sleep. I didn't see Yaquab sleep with the girl. I don't know he slept with the girl. I'm just stating what I think happened. Taking pictures with this young girl. You feel me? Which is fucking wrong. You feel me? So I was telling him
showing his guilt in that shit, man.
Right. So I was telling him about Zabak, and then as I was telling him, he was like, yeah, man. Even his rib said it. It's like, yeah, oh, I know the girl. She is married to him. I said, what? And then even his rib, like, it's different out here in Cali. Like, it's a more of a different respect. So you just not going, oh, don't talk to my rib like that, because it's a different type of respect. Everybody live off respect out here. So brothers know Eliezer ain't the type of brother, hey, bro, I'm finna talk to your rib in such a way, I'm trying to get at her. So me and the sister talking, she tell me, yeah, straight up, he slept with another brother's wife, and they caught him. Talking about he didn't know. So you never been to this sister's house? She didn't talk at certain times of the day. You don't notice. You so absent-minded. You didn't see the tracks. I can't find a word right now. All this shit that is pointing to what she really is. You're not using wisdom. The spirit not dwelling with you to see that. You feel me? And this is how you know that. Because a lot of these dudes, they don't come from the street And so they pick wrong women like Maharika. And so they be married about 10, 12 times, and they just sleeping with every woman that they can. You feel me? Off of publicity. You passing around STDs. You feel what I'm saying? You letting grown that man, listen, that shit got me hot, boy. I don't even want to say it because I'll get mad and want to get on their head again about that shit. But it's like, bro, understand this for all the viewers, all the naysayers, especially the naysayers. I tell you what, you download some goddamn child porn to your computer and see if the police don't be at your goddamn house.
They be there.
2 hours.
Listen, yeah, listen, check it. You wouldn't even have to have sex with him. All you need is a picture of him on your computer. You would be in jail. So Yaquab don't get no goddamn pass. You understand me? He took a picture with him, and the people they busting ain't took no picture with no young girls. They just downloading pornography, watching them. So you can just imagine, sick. You feel me? So you even more sick than these fools because you taking pictures with a young girl. You feel me? These fools is fantasizing with it. They fantasize. They going to jail for fantasy. You should be in jail for the fucking act.
Weak niggas like that do that because they can't deal with no real woman, man. He got the age of a man, but he got the mind of a child.
Self-esteem.
And everybody who co-signed that is a pedophile, just like that dude. And you got people.
And I'm on all
you got people lying, trying to get out of stuff. Saying, "Well, I don't know this. I didn't know this." And well, you know what you put on that post.
And a lot of things is like and people like they get mad at me because they think that I'm carnal. No, I'm just not playing that, bro. I'm not playing it for you. I'm not playing it for nobody. I don't know you, but the scriptures say, like, if I mess with you and you call me, you say Eliezer, I'm in trouble. I'm bringing a league of evil angels with me to put in work. You feel me? For good measure. You feel what I'm saying? That's what they don't understand. Sure. So I see Zabak. So I go to a party. I go to an after hours. I go to another after hours. It's boring. I leave about 8 o'clock. I say I'm gonna go home and get some chicken. My cousin already at the house. So I'm going there to get some. I go into the grocery store, the Superior grocery store in Compton. You feel me? Now, just to give you a little brief history, Compton and Watts out here in LA is like this. It's called the Hub and Dub because they're real small cities and they were all black cities.
They're right next to each other.
Right next to each other. So like we rock like this. I know everybody from the Compton Courthouse down to 95th and Compton Avenue. See, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's probably like y'all whole Bronx. You feel what I'm saying? And like my family,
that's a long way.
That's a long way. So just imagine like half of, let's say, the Bronx was like my relatives. You feel me? So I come out the grocery store. I'm trying to hurry up and catch my bus so I can hurry up and get home. And I look and I see Zabak. I immediately put my groceries down, just dropped them. Bing, 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 bing. I walk right up to him. He see me. He like, oh shit, it ain't nobody here with you. Ain't nobody here with me. Just like you say in the scripture. So now I'm going to you as a man. You feel what I'm saying? So whatever strife, whatever problem we got, we finna handle this shit right now. It ain't gonna be no more Facebook. It ain't gonna be no YouTube videos, no phone calls, none of that. We finna handle this shit right now. See, Zabak didn't know that. That grocery store that he was at, I grew up down the street from that grocery store. Right by the Compton Court. I know everybody over there. I just ain't been over there. So he on the phone, so Tazadaq. So I'm just waiting for him to get off the phone. The way I was feeling, I was gonna hit him, but the spirit told me not to, just talk. Cause I wasn't even gonna give him no time to get off the phone. I was about to just straight get on him. So I said, nah, let me just do this one time. So we talking, and like the Ox said, up here in the corner, Brother Jonathan, the first thing he do is deny that Yaquab is in his camp. I said, he not in your camp. Nigga, you a fucking lie. Oh, he didn't sleep with her. It don't matter, nigga. He taking pictures. And I told him, he's like, I tell everybody straight to his face, if we got a problem, we can go behind this grocery store and fight fucking right now. Excuse me. We can fight right now. We can get the scuffling right now. I don't care about none of that. We can end this right now. Because out here in Cali, I don't know if that's how we settle our beefs out here in Cali. If me and you got a problem, we can catch a friendly fight in the back and it be done. It's over with. Ain't no more to be talking. Ain't no gun shooting. Ain't no me going home thinking I need to get my gun. When I see you, I'm mean mugging you, building up tension, trying to kill you and all that. No, bro. If we got a problem, if it's that big, we can go fight right now. No, you don't want to fight? Then check this out. So he tried to walk away from me while I was talking. I jumped right back in front of him. Like, and I told him, bro, I will fuck you up. Excuse me. I will get up. You know, I'm not playing. Don't nobody play about no 16-year-old girls, bro. That shit is not cool. Because you go to prison and tell them dudes in prison that you didn't sleep with that girl.
Yeah. Boy.
You tell them that and watch what they say. They gonna bring Nasty Nate and Big Eddie out for you. Them niggas that been waiting for somebody like that for you to get up in there. You gonna be their girlfriend. They gonna make you put Kool-Aid on your lips and stuff like that. I didn't seen it when I was in there. I didn't seen it. You feel me? So it's just like, and you hiding stuff like this. You know it's wrong. Even the comment on the picture when they was on the subway, he said it was December 17th. He said inside joke. Even by you saying that is condoning it. You should have said, hey brother, I think you should take this picture down. It's kind of inappropriate for you to be posting up a picture with you with a 16-year-old girl. I'd have put him on blast. I don't see. It's about trying to be respectful. No, forget that. Hey, homie, take that down. You with a 16-year-old girl. No, we ain't having it.
Listen, you know what the problem with Tazadaq is? Sorry to cut you off, bro. Tazadaq is a straight punk. He ain't got no heart. He ain't got no clout, none of that. Listen, if you a man, check this out. If you know something wrong, you a man, you step to a nigga and say, yo, nigga, what you doing? What you doing? You with this girl, man? You with this young girl, man? Nah, nigga, cut that shit out now, tonight, today, whatever. It's over. Man, if I see or hear, nigga, that you with the girl, you're messing with her, doing anything, your ass is dismissed. You gotta dismiss his ass, man.
Now check this out.
Tazadaq ain't gonna do that, y'all. And this
that's why I said he's a punk. He's a punk.
I want to say this.
This is why he ain't gonna do it too. He had already co-signed on the little post by telling them, hey, don't worry up over there. It's 12 o'clock, bro. Don't go running up over there. So you already know what the deal is. So that's hard to backpedal out of.
Now, this is where it really tipped me off, where it really pissed me off. When Nipsey Hussle died. Now, a lot of people understand this. I don't care what people say where he was from, we're gonna get to the root. Nipsey had a spoon to Judites in prison. He was feeding them Judites in prison, over 100 of them. Packages, phone calls, cell phones, making sure they were straight. Instead of them being in it, now Nipsey dead. Now, what you think they doing in prison to eat? Causing up. Yeah. See, people don't be thinking like that. They don't be thinking like that. They don't be thinking like that. This men have been taking care of them in prison for 5-10 years. They loved and got killed. Now, what you think they finna do? They finna rage like a bull. But Judah ain't thinking like that because they small-minded. So I called Tazadaq after Gorilla Hebrew made his videos. So I called Tazadaq, like, hey man, before you make your videos, please don't say nothing wrong out of the way about Nipsey. He said, okay. The first thing he do is run to New York and make them he made one video about Nipsey. When he made that video, Tookie Williams' son, Kazak Alap, Tookie Williams' son, been a troop over 25 years, called me. You feel me? He know Minister Farrakhan, all these dudes. This dude, why he calling me? He called me and tell me, hey, these brothers from 60s want to kill us now. What? Oh, what happened? Them videos that Gorilla Hebrew and Tazadaq got up, you feel me, talking about fuck 60s, Nipsey Hussle will fuck Nipsey, he gonna be rolling 60s and bail, and all this in hell, he gonna be a slave in the kingdom. These people understand that. So they call him, he called me. I call Gorilla Hebrew immediately. I tell Gorilla Hebrew, because Gorilla Hebrew, he know what it is out here. He know. He take his videos down immediately. Tazadaq, full of pride. You want to test the Most High. You feel me? You want to test the Most High. Oh, he made 5 more videos. So I tell him, like, yo, don't come back to Cali. Because now I got to be humble and humble myself to these dudes. You feel me? And tell them that it ain't like that. So I get into it with Sapar, whatever his name is, all the rest of them. So Zabak then come back to Cali. So the elder Kazak, not Tuki Wilson, another elder Kazak that's been in the truth a long time, that been with Thadawam, he called me, take me to lunch. Me and him have a discussion. I said, no, I'm not stalling out Zabak. So the Most High did something to me. So I called the elder. Real shit. I ain't afraid to admit it. The Most High took something from me that I enjoyed, and it made it hard for me. So it made me mad. So I went to the elder. I said, you know what? Since I can't, okay, cool. We'll piece it up. I see where the Most High getting at. That's real spittle. You feel me? So so this is where I'm getting at. We have a peace. We're supposed to be having a peace meeting. It's me, the elder Kazak, Zabak, Alak Amaf from Lamp of Fire, and Zabak bring a dude from neighborhood Crip 5-5. Like, bro, you bring an enemy to a peace meeting. I thought you was waiting on the Most High.
He brought a 5-5
to a peace meeting.
To a 6.
No, I'm from Great.
Oh, you from Great? Oh yeah, you watch. You from Great.
Yeah, so you already know we don't really
IPs and bounty hunters. You over there by them niggas. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, bro, you bring a neighborhood.
So you know about you from out there. So you know CC Rider, Big Cadillac, all that shit. Yeah.
All of that.
Cadillac had a little brother named Junebug. Whose family is from my hometown. My cousins are out in the 60s hood now. All my cousins from Georgia, like most families, it was a bunch of girls, and half of the family went to California. So they was all raised out in LA, and the other half of my family is up in New York and Philadelphia. Because everybody left the kitchen and they went everywhere. So I actually went to school out in California. So shit, very familiar.
Yeah. So you bring an enemy to a peace meeting. And I told Zabak, I said, after today, you are neighborhood Zabak to me now. You not no Israelite. Because why? So then he tell me he took my picture off Facebook and sent it to a bunch of gangs in LA to see if anybody know me.
Wow.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. See, you don't even know what you would be starting.
Man.
You don't know what type of war you would be starting. So I said, I guess that check came back 100% green, huh? Because you had to bring what you thought this big nigga gonna intimidate me. I got heart, bro. It ain't about your size. It's the heart. I ain't scared. What? I'm from the east side. We'll fight all day. Size don't mean nothing. So the brother, blah, 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 this and that and this and that. So I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, bro. So Zabak tell me he take my picture and send it to Big U. Did you send the picture of Big U? Did you send the picture of the videos of you? Look at this dude's lip.
Look at this sick nigga here. I mean, come on, man.
This is a demon he wouldn't kick out of the camp. And I purposely circled this, man. This is the little
girl. Did he know who Big U was when he sent him that picture?
Man, listen, I want to beat his ass. I ain't even gonna lie. And I know some of y'all Israelites ain't agreeing with that, but I'm sorry, bro. Stuff like this.
Man, yo, dude, I would light this nigga ass up like it was the 4th of July.
Yeah,
this is sick. This is sick sight. She don't know no damn better, man.
Right, she don't know no better.
No, her mind ain't fully developed there yet.
He must thought LA operate like New York. He don't understand. There's a reason you don't hear about neighborhoods from LA rappers for real on songs. You start wars by talking about another motherfucker's neighborhood.
Easy. And ain't nobody playing. Ain't nobody. And I told him. And I told him, Tazadaq, I said before I told him we met, I said, yo, I got a lot of high-ranking gang members in my family, bro. I don't be playing around. If you're gonna be legit, be legit. I'm gonna tell you, Tazadaq, Cali the type of pace is all based on respect. I don't care if you get caught in the wrong neighborhood. It's all based on respect. It's all about how you talk to somebody. It's all about respect. That's it. People don't get that. All that rah-rah talking. People in Cali, we don't like loud people. If you in a crowd talking loud, people, somebody finna get you.
Man,
that's how type of place of Cali is. Right. You gotta be quiet down here in the club. You ain't all that loud, nigga, I'm this. No, what? People will jump on you quick. We ain't like that. And see, he don't understand that. And we don't play that child shit out here. You hugging up with 16-year-old girls. We don't play that out here. None. We do not play that out here at all. At all. Trust me.
But you know what it is? These niggas with this one West mind ain't men at all, man. Because real men would have stepped to his ass and said, yo, nigga, what you doing here? I see this picture with you, nigga, taking a picture, man, and you posting it up on Facebook. Young girl like that, still in high school, still trying to learn how to be a woman, nigga, and you hugging up on her like that.
But he started grooming her when she was 14 and a half.
14 and a half.
Con, he been dealing with her for over 2 years, huh?
Yeah, Con.
She's only 17 now. She just turned 17.
So it's a sick thing for that man to be waiting for that girl to turn 18. It's a sick thing.
Con.
She belonged to some young man. She belonged to some young man.
Yeah.
On my mama.
He been grooming her mind.
Right.
Because she came on some of FOPE's calls saying, why you doing this? Why you guys doing this? She doesn't even realize that we're trying to help her. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, she brainwashed.
Con.
She brainwashed. She don't know no better because she young. And for a fact, we know in every instance, from movies to documentaries to courtroom action, when people get kidnapped or a grown man messing with a young girl, what happens? The young person is always empathetic to the old person. You feel what I'm saying? No, they're a good person. They really got a good heart. They really love me. No. You feel me?
Stockholm syndrome.
Right.
Yep.
Right. At its best. And people don't realize that. They say, oh, something is wrong with you.
But see, a lot of these dudes, they try to justify what men in the scriptures used to do. You ain't them.
Right.
Put that in your damn head, man. You're not Jacob. You're not Abraham.
King David.
Right. You ain't Solomon. You niggas ain't none of these cats, man. Why do you think?
I had with Maharika. I had this problem with Maharika. Maharika gonna say, oh, King David had a young girl in his bed. Nigga, you think King David had some young girl with no body? He probably had some big titties, big booty, voluptuous 20, 30-year-old woman in his bed. He feel me firm.
He didn't touch the young
girl. Something to grab on, bro.
Right, he a Jake. Come on, King David was a Jake. He wants something firm. Nice and man, come on, man. The young girl
that he's talking about.
They just twisting the script. They just twisting
her not. Yeah, they said he knew her not, man. She was only there to keep him warm in his own age.
But check this out. Can I say something quick before somebody else get? Listen, One West, that mindset of One West is of the devil. And this is how these men act. These men act like they got demons in them, bro. Demons. Why would, and listen, check this out. I'm gonna say something about Marika to show you how sick and disturbed his ass is. Here's a nigga gonna say on the comment when that picture was posted, oh, you gonna get some of that young Kuba. Nigga, you cheerleading this nigga on?
Yeah, I saw that.
Then he tried to retract it. He done a video trying to retract it. You said it already, man. The intent is already there.
He called me on his live and he was trying to defend it. I don't know if y'all saw it. He called me on his live when I was on it. I said, bro, I will, I told him, cause see, now check this out. The Most High working mysterious ways. Maharika had moved to Dayton, Ohio. What are the odds he moved right next door to my cousin?
Wow.
Right next door to my cousin.
Wow.
Isn't that some crazy shit?
Nice.
So
that's
check this out. Check this out. I say Maharika life. Maharika go to Chicago. He got married to a sister. He lead a sister in the house. The sister, my cousin just got out of prison. The sister let my cousin move in the house while Maharika was gone. What you think happened? And my cousin a light-skinned pretty nigga too. He a light-skinned pretty nigga. The nigga nasty, bro. He nasty. I'm telling you. What you think happened?
You know what happened.
So Maharika pull up with Yahushai and Karatazar. My cousin had met Karatazar because Karatazar was coming over to the block when I was up there. You feel me? And yes, I was in the truth. I still hang in the hood all day, every day, because that's where our people is most sick at. So Maharika pull up to the house, My cousin in there in the room. It's boxers. He asked him to come outside. My cousin got his gun and everything. Called me on the phone. Like, yo, you know this nigga? He was finna kill Maharika. You feel me? And he in there fucking his wife. He told his wife, said, yo. Then, I try to tell Maharika, my auntie stayed next door to you. She hears the conversations when you arguing. Your girl, y'all would argue every night. You know what she would say? You ain't having sex with me. He wasn't even having sex with the woman. What you think she gonna do? You turn her into a harlot because you're not having sex. What you think she gonna do? So now you see why my cousin moved in. So I'm on Maharika Live. Maharika talking shit to me. He's saying some real weird shit. I said, Maharika, I saved your life. My cousin wanted to kill you. They sell heroin out the back of their house. Y'all up there making dumbass. Y'all up here making music videos. That's the second time they call me.
Wow.
So Maharika tell me on his live, he gonna go to Esau on me. I said, nigga, you a snitch.
Wow.
You a snitch. And Quanah, my witness, Maharika said, and he took down the video too. He said he'll go to Esau. He'll take pictures and go to Esau, just like Zabak did too. Because brothers was calling me and telling me everything I sent him. He and Shapar, they was screenshotting it and gonna take it to the police. And brothers was calling and telling me that, like, Eleazar, don't do it because they gonna snitch. I don't respect that shit.
Ain't got no
You talk
respect
all
for
this
that
hard shit about, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Cause I've been talking for a minute because I'm getting amped. For those who listen, you stay away from Israelites that say they gonna die for this no matter what. They ain't scared of nothing. They a goddamn lie.
either. Yeah,
Listen,
they are.
when you go to prison, yeah. Just imagine you being in prison and you surrounded by 6, 7, 8 Mexicans and it's only 2 blacks in the cell and they got knives. Oh, I ain't scared. Nigga, you gonna be scared. You gonna fight for your life. So anybody tell you they not scared, they don't give a damn, you stay the hell away from them. Because when it really hit the fan, I'm gonna be scared because I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna be fighting for my damn life. I'm gonna tell you that
Me
right
too.
now. I'm gonna fight for my life.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna be scared. You feel me? And that's real. So I'm gonna go ahead and let somebody else talk right now. You know, I don't want to take up the whole little time.
Okay.
Nah, brother, you ain't taking up no time, man. We love hearing what you got to say.
Good.
Yeah, it needs
No,
to come
because a
out,
new
man.
brother came in right here. I wanna see what he got to say.
Yeah, it needs to come out.
Which one? You talking about me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Yasha Bum. Yeah.
Okay, Shalom. I haven't met him.
He's good.
Go on. But
Shalom.
just to put it in
Shalom.
further context, when FOPE was putting out all of the supporting evidence of what was going on with that dang on child molester, this girl actually, she didn't graduate. She graduated from middle school at 15. Now I'm gonna say something right quick. That's not normal.
No.
Oh, hell no.
So
Never.
she is I mean, no disrespect, but she's a little bit behind. You see what I'm saying?
Way behind.
So he is taking full advantage of someone who is not even all there on the most basic.
Graduated
level.
middle school at 15?
She graduated middle school from 15. So that already lets you know, they let me know from the jump, okay, something's not quite right. You know what I'm saying? Like something may have happened, or she started school late, but she's not on track with other 15-year-olds. Because about 15, you dang on going to 10th grade.
She at least about 5, 6 years behind.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's what I said. She gonna graduate at 20.
She 2 behind.
Con. She graduated.
Now, where's the girl's parents at? Where's the brother, the auntie, the cousin, anybody?
That's what I'm waiting for, because I mean,
man. And here's my thing.
Really
this is what makes me mad with. Because this is what makes me mad with Israel, bro. On my mama, it makes me so mad, bro. It's like when stuff happen, we don't go together and help nobody out. We just watch from a distance and make videos. Feel me?
Because there ain't enough men in this nation, man. Most of these cats, most of these. Listen, I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. Me dealing with these camps, and I know for sure, man. All these niggas is hot air. They ain't about really doing nothing. All right, that's all they got. Hot air, man. Talk the smack, but when it's time to really step up to the plate and get it done, they ass can't get it done, and they not about truth, man. Listen, all these camps, we can name names all night. All of these cats is out for the same thing, the money, the paper. They don't give a damn about nobody's life, bro. They using the Bible as a tool to sell they bullshit to them. That's all. That's all they doing. Like they ain't doing nothing but that damn black Negro preacher doing on Sunday morning. The same damn hustle, just telling you an Israelite. That's it. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually allow another caller to call in the room. I'm trying to get Naomi to call in. She's gonna pretty much confess how she got a legal name change, you know, with Israel being her last name, and she's saying there's been a lot of discrimination against her since she's done that. You see what I'm saying? Showing you that these nations, that the more that you connect to your culture, the more these damn nations hate you. You see what I'm saying? The more you connect to your culture, the more they hate you. They hate us, man. And for, you know, these damn One West, it just goes back to them, man. It goes back to One West. You still got men, because people been saying, yo, Tazadaq, how come you guys ain't mentioning so and so and such and such and so and so? That's like, yeah, I don't like to mention anything until I have the actual facts. I deal with actual facts. You see what I'm saying? Not just conjecture. I'll get all the information, then I'll come forward with it, because I don't like to speak something that's like a hearsay. I like to have the
facts. You know the truth.
Come. Like there's a brother out there, man, that was in Zabak's camp. I've been trying to get him to come on, but the brother don't really, for some reason, people don't be wanting to speak. You see what I'm saying? Brothers be shook or something. You see what I'm saying?
But check this out. How can you speak on the street, but you can't speak now?
Right, come.
And
man, this dude like they daddy, man. You feel me?
Right, I mean, you still got men under him, man. That's what gets me. How in the hell can you stay under this with all this evidence, man? How can you stay under a man like that? There's something wrong with you, man.
They're not their own men. They're not their own.
But you know what it is? Check this out. You know what it is? If you follow in the camp, it proves to me that you don't got no faith in the Messiah. You got faith in them camps. That's what you got faith in. You got faith in those men that run them camps, not in the Messiah. Check this out.
Right.
Name one man in that camp that run them camps, man, that could save any of us. This is to the viewers that's listening to this conversation right now, or this video when it's made.
I'm waiting.
Can anybody produce one man out of any camp that can deliver you from this captivity right now that you following? Your Honey Bear, little Rakar, Shamar, whatever the hell his name is, from GOCC, and Nate the Snake.
Yeah, Rakar Tamar, that's the unclean spirit. I put that's not actually his name, but I put that
Nate the Snake.
Well, he is a snake, man. Come on. But check it out. They selling our people the bullshit, and you niggas is eating it.
Con. And he, I don't know if you know, he legally had plenty of Edomites in his organization intermarry that go to his damn feast days.
That's against scripture.
I've been banging on him for that since 2013, man. Now you're trying to tell me, oh, Tazadaq, you need to be quiet. The house of data. Yeah,
we infiltrated.
Need silence, Tazadaq. You don't tell me what the hell to do, man. You don't tell me
niggas infiltrated, brother. They all infiltrated. That's why at the summits, and that Tazadaq, I don't know if you was on there when I was talking to FOPE about it, but understand this. The summit has been infiltrated by the FBI.
I believe
look, they haven't done nothing. All they doing is taking names in every city and doing the same thing. Just talking. Talking. And you ain't about no action. When a brother get in trouble, or you trying to help bail out brothers that's defending themselves in trouble? No. Y'all more worried about going to the Holy Land and having Passover over there. See what I mean? Not about building a structure here saying, oh, that brother in need, we're going to try to fly out as many brothers as we can to help this brother to show how strong he is. You feel what I'm saying? We're not doing none of that. That's how I know. Because the COINTELPRO will tell you, when you read their book on how the CIA destroys an organization, they take over and lead them how they want them to lead. We ain't doing no action. That's how you know. We ain't doing no action. And see, and people know some of these people, and they'll say, well, they're not agents. You'll be like, no, but they collaborators with the agents, because
So they are agents.
look at what they doing. They taking money, but they ain't gonna tell you that. You feel me?
So they agents.
Now
They collaborator,
the ones
agent,
like us,
same thing.
come on, right? The ones like us, we with the full bullshit. Like, y'all sleeping with young girls, y'all really breaking the law. On some other hand stuff, we on your dome. Oh, y'all carnal. Something wrong with y'all, man. Y'all coming against the Holy Spirits and all that. Hey, come on, man. Don't none of y'all talk to the angels of death. Don't none of y'all talk to Hamashiach. Don't none of y'all talk to Yahweh. None of that. So stop it. You feel what I'm saying? Don't nobody believe that.
We got someone else here, Kahan Tazadaq, okay. Yasha Allah. You got something you want to bring out? And there's someone else that's trying to get in. Just need someone to leave for a couple minutes or so. You got something you want to bring out, Kahan Tazadaq?
I'm gonna check out and I'll call back in, fella.
All right, brother.
All right. Shalom, y'all. Shalom.
Hey, shalom.
What's up?
Oh, not much. I agree with everything y'all saying, man. It's just, it's too many lies being told in Israel, man. And it's like no one outside of us, including true disciples of Christ and FOPE, no one trying to stand up for the people, man. And it's really like, it's sad, man. It's sad.
Cool.
Like, so like it's crazy how, like, out of all these debates that like Sakari and all these other people put up, I ain't seen not one, not trying to just come for me, anything like that, you know, but like can't bash or anything like that. But I'm just saying, like, it goes into the psyche of Israel. Like, how could y'all stand behind something like that, like these child pedophilia, like all that? It's just crazy. But it's all prophesied, you know. Like I was reading in the script, Yahushua said he coming and started cause a division. It's gonna be the wise, the meek shall inherit the earth, and I think that's in Proverbs. So we gotta be wise and humble.
Come.
You gotta be wise and humble and move as serpents, you know. I mean, move as harmless as doves in the midst of the wolves. You know, y'all know that scripture.
Come.
I ain't got my scripture right now, but it's crazy. Everything y'all bring out, man, it's coming to fruition, you know.
And see, you know what's gonna happen with a lot of these men? They're gonna fall in the ditch and they ain't gonna be able to get out. You understand what I'm saying? And see, what they don't understand what men like you are doing, or this brother here, or Quanah, or Shah Sham, or myself, or Melik, and anybody on the panel right now. We doing the same thing our forefathers did. Stand up for the people, man.
Come.
That's what they scared about. What you scared about, man? If you see something wrong, you're supposed to step to it and try to resolve the problem. You understand what I'm saying? You're supposed to step to that and fix that problem. See, these men don't have the knowledge and the wisdom and understanding to fix no problems. They don't even know how to cause problems, not fix it.
Right. So we got Sister Naomi Israel. So you want to speak on how things is actually altered in your life since you actually changed your name to an Israelite name, sister?
Absolutely. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Naomi Israel. I'm reaching out to you guys from Tennessee. Okay, so I had a name change in 2015. And when I first got that name change, everything seemed to be okay. But you would notice that people would start acting different once they knew your name. So say like when I went to go and get jobs, you know, filling out applications and things like that, a lot of people will discriminate against you just for the simple fact that your last name is Israel. when they see it on the paperwork. Some businesses don't, but a lot of them do. So when you go to interviews or you go and do business and things like that, say go to the DMV and things like that, and they'll ask you your name and they'll be like, okay, well, how do you pronounce your last name? They act like they don't even know how to pronounce Israel now.
Right.
So they hate to say your name. They hate to look at you and call you Israel. I noticed that. So on the job, like I just had to recently transfer from one job to another job because they stopped actually giving me work. So they had me on the payroll, but I wasn't making any pay. So what they did was they would try to make power moves against you just because they don't want you working for that company with that name. And so what they would do is to keep you from suing for discrimination or anything like that, they just won't fire you, but they just won't give you any work. So you see how they discriminate against you in that way. So,
Cool.
you know, I mean, it's so many instances that I've been through with the last name Israel. Like, for instance, my family, a lot of them, they're like, well, why did you change your name? You know, what do you think, you're a Muslim now? Or, you know, things like that, you know. And I'm
Right.
like, why do I have to be a Muslim because I changed my name to Israel? You know, so it's just a lot of discrimination. I've been through so much. I mean, so many things I can't even remember all of them tonight.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, they're just calling you Muslim because they're kind of just like ignorant towards their nationality. So you can't really blame them for that. And, you know, yeah, to this day, my mom keep trying to associate me with that, you know, Muslim, Islam. I think that's just a way of like not, you know, accepting the truth. Because almost every time, you know, I've been trying for about 20 years now to get her to take that damn Caesar Borgia off of her wall, and she still won't take it down. I tell her that's not the image of Hamashiach in the scriptures. She'll say, I know, but she keep it up there. And I told her, you know, the scriptures say the spirit of the Lord won't dwell inside your tent if anything's found unclean in it. So that means the spirit of the Lord is not dwelling in it, as long as you keep that image of the beast up, because that's literally the image of the beast. That's
Right.
spoken of in second, you know, in the scriptures, man. It's the image of the beast. That's literally the image of the beast.
Right. Has anybody else changed their name legally?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't, you know, I wouldn't recommend doing it. See, the way that you did it, sister, I would do it a little differently. I wouldn't. You had to pay for that name change, right? You went through the
I did.
legal. Yeah, so they pretty much associated that, you know, with the same social and so on and so forth. That's not the way I would have done it. Yeah, you know what I
Okay.
mean? I would have done it, you know, through nationality by putting certain people on notice. Because did you have to pay to get your first name? No. So then why you got to pay to go and get a change, right?
Right.
They decided, well, we're going to call you this because that's what's on that birth certificate, and this is you. But then, you know, that's a whole different conversation. But you can have. This is why they ask you, do you have any aliases? Because you can have whatever name that you want to. I mean, when you got to ask for permission to something, you know, you're kind of like giving them an authority over you. Call you whatever. You got many names already. You know, your mom probably call you daughter. It's all just something designed to get your attention. But when they tell us that, well, you got to pay to get this name change, and it's because they want to be able to track it. They want to be able to associate the other name with that one. And they probably asked you, why do you want to change it? Do you have some sort of criminal history and so on and so forth? They usually, you know, take you through those ringers like that.
Right.
And if you do have that, they won't let you change it.
And that's true.
Yep. Yeah, so I appreciate your call. What you got, Yeshai? I appreciate you for calling.
All right, thank you.
All right. What you got, Yeshai?
Shalom, everybody on the panel.
Shalom.
So, yeah, I just wanted to attest to which I was saying too about the Hispanics. Well, I wish the other brothers was on here from the California because
Eleazar, come back on. Eleazar, chime back in, brother, if you can hear us. Hopefully he's still in the back door somewhere. And we got Clean right there. They finally trying to come in. Clean and light. Now you're on line right after Yeshaya finished speaking. Brother Eleazar, are you still out there? But go ahead, Yeshaya.
Shalom, shalom.
Hey, Yeshaya, you're still there.
Stage.
Shalom, shalom.
Yeah, Shalom. You put me backstage.
Yeah. I kicked someone else out. Yeah, hold on, Clean and light. Yeshaya is still speaking in my head. Go ahead.
Yeah, like in Texas, like like everything that the brothers were saying, like what they do the same thing in Texas. Like in Austin, even all over Texas, but especially like in Austin, because I've been to Austin. Well, I've lived in Austin before, and just how the brother said, like 10 Mexicans to 10 Hispanics to a house. That's the same thing that happened. It was 10. It was like an old messed up house. Hispanics moved in, they fixed it up themselves. But they, like the brother said,
Hey, still like it for a second, huh? Yaquab, we see you in the back door. When these two brothers are finished, we'll bring you in. Go ahead.
Yeah, they tend to a house just like that. And then they buy the next house. Then the next family move and they get the next house, and then the next house, and then like you were saying, he was saying it drives the property value down. And yeah, and then like for as the curse, them fitting the curses, I don't see how I be evil towards their brother, and then they I's not evil towards their brother. I mean, like the brother was saying, it's tens of you don't see Jake doing that. And then they got their own businesses and stuff like that. They get their own businesses and all that. And then just like on the jobs too, and I can attest to it too. They are snakes. They are really snakes. They'll get you fired. They'll try to get you fired and bring the next Hispanic in to take, and they will to take your spot. And a lot of these jobs too. Now you see on the jobs now, if you they put now if you can speak Spanish, that that's a great qualifier for you to get a job now. Speaking Spanish. And that's all they're looking for is these Hispanics. And because
because they came from Spanish people, man.
Right. And like I said, like when we out on the street, we teach. When I used to teach, they used to say who's getting job discriminated against, who's first fired, who's first last hired, first fired. That's just Jake. But what about these people that you're saying Northern Kingdom, they getting all the jobs. They using them to replace Jake. So what are y'all saying?
That's right.
And then, like I said, all the stuff they would say, all the stuff that happened in California, it's the same thing that happened in Texas. It's the same stuff. California might be on a higher level, but it's the same stuff. And they don't like the same things you was talking about earlier when the Edomite, what a Hispanic woman told her, why you coming home with that black man, whatnot. They tell them that. They tell them, hey, don't mess with them. You can be with a white man, and they'll love that. But don't bring a black person home, and they'll disown them. I've seen it. They'll get disowned.
That's right.
Come on.
And then like they be having the taco stands and all that, be selling fake meat, pork, and all that stuff. One time it was a taco truck. These Mexicans, they just do everything. They was cooking up bananas. They was making bananas and calling it fajitas.
I mean,
crazy.
they don't even fit that, the second curse when you read Deuteronomy 28:17, when it says, "Curse shall be thy basket in that
Right,
store." Man, they got damn restaurants everywhere. And every
right.
damn city in America, they got damn restaurants. And they're
I'm,
That's
very
right.
prosperous.
I'm gonna hit you with something. I was at a restaurant, Mexican restaurant, right? I was the only black person in there. And when I say they treated me disrespectfully, because I was working, and so the people that I was working with, they wanted to. It was some Mexicans, obviously, that I was working with. They went to the Mexican restaurant, and so I really didn't want to eat in there, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead. And when I say they treated me disrespectfully, they treated me disrespectfully, but I wouldn't, I'm not that time. I'm really not with. I'm not really with that. Like, you're not finna. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something about yourself. And I told them about themselves. And then I was on a job working, and it was a mess. It was a mess. He was the supervisor or whatnot, and he didn't like me because, well, he didn't. It wasn't. I don't know what the reason was, but I worked hard. I always worked hard, but he would try to make my job difficult. And then he would get mad at me. He would get mad. He would get angry because when I drove a better car than him. I had a nice car. I drove in a way better car than him, and he was looking at me like, "Well, how did this nigga get this car and I'm in this car?" And then, like I said, he would just try to make my job difficult. And like, I was like, man, I'm not. I ended up quitting it, and anyway, but that's what they do. They don't like us. And like I said, the snakes on the when I was working on a job and I was around the Mexicans and I started peeping gang because I already knew Esau was Esau. I was always in my spirit, but then I'm trying to hang with these Mexicans and all that. When the situation happened, they rattle you. They turn against you,
Con,
and they'll do anything to keep their job.
con. And they definitely pull together against you. But the brother Eliezer, he's gonna come back in, just to let you know. So, what you got, Clean? What you got, brother?
Shalom, peace and blessings to everybody, man. I've been watching your videos for a long time, man. You be hearing everything, right? Especially about the Dominicans, because I'm from New York, from Harlem. I grew up going to school. They had like DDP, Dominicans don't play, and they used to hate us after school every day. Used to chase us after school, wanting to fight us, wanting to kill us every day. So I've seen these camps like letting these saying that these people are Dominicans, like the tribes is the Dominicans and the Puerto Ricans. When these people hate us out here, man, in Harlem, man, they hate us, man. They talk behind our backs, right in front of our face, Spanish and all that. They don't care. They sneaky. You feel me? Most of my friends got killed, you know what I'm saying, by the Dominicans and Puerto Ricans out here in Harlem, man. So I know they ain't our people, man. Like, and that Bible, the Bible don't relate to them. Like, they never feel like they out there in the Dominican Republic, they worship like Catholicism and all that, and Mary and all that. They don't worship the Bible, the scriptures, man. They don't know the scriptures.
Yeah. Mostly all so-called Hispanics are under that Roman Catholic philosophy, and they worship the Virgin Mary over Hamashiach Yahushua. They walk around with them damn rosary reads, man.
Con, man, and I be out here and I be seeing them, especially the jobs too. The jobs they don't want us around at all, man. They don't want us to be around them. They women want to be with us, but they hate that. They don't want us to be around a woman, everything like that. So it's like I know they're not a part of the tribes, man.
No, they're not. Man.
And when in these camps too, these camps we talking about like reincarnation of Solomon. Like Christ was Solomon and all that. I'm like, what are y'all talking about, man? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, and these dudes be following that. I'm like, how y'all think that Solomon is Christ, man? That's just like insane to me, man. Like, Solomon went off, like, you know what I'm saying, during his life. Yeah, he was the wisest man and everything like that, but he went off, you know what I'm saying? Christ never went off. That's the reason why he the savior.
He took those women of the other nations. He took those women of other nations, like a lot of these Negros in these camps, man. That's why they want these people in their camps, man.
Yeah, because they don't want our women. They don't want our women, man. They talk bad about our women, saying our woman is this and that. You know what I'm saying? The so-called black women, they want these other nations thinking that they better, and these women is not no better, man. You know what I'm saying? Like most of these Americanized women, they need to be moderated. You know what I'm saying? They need to be the word need to be taught to them in a way they understand, because you know it's hard for the women to understand they are this world. You know what I'm saying? They want the glitz and the glamour and the fame, the celebrities, and all that stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but they want these women. You know what I mean? And it's like they try to make our people worship them by mixing them into the tribes, and I don't appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, coming into this world, it was like I was part of the world for a long time, and I'm trying to like get myself right before the you know that judgment day come, man. Because I don't want to be on that other side, man. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that missile food you be saying. You know what I mean? Like I don't like these camps. They out of here, man. Like they out of pocket, man. And you know what I'm saying? At first, when I first got to the truth, I wanted to join the camp, but then I started like listening, started reading myself, and I said they going off about, especially about that reincarnation. I just don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that you come back as a person. Like you know what I'm saying, you was not David in the past. Like you wasn't Peter in the past. Like you come back. Like I don't get that. You know, maybe one day you could do a study on that and you know and edify me on that situation with the reincarnation. But yeah, I just wanted to know this
the thing that you dealing with, man, especially me, when I came out of there, is you just dealing with wicked men. Everything about these men is evil, from the top of their head to the soles of their feet, and all they want to do is spew out the madness that's coming out of their mouth, man. These men are not about healing nobody, bro. They're about destroying you. That's what I see in them, and I should know because I was up in there.
And I can attest to this too because I was out. I used to be out teaching, but what? Because I can regurgitate to you all the One West doctrine, like almost like the back of my hand. And because we used to go out and teach, and like I'm a younger brother, so so it was just the spirit when I found out that Hosea 7 and 8 is not talking about skin color. It had nothing to do with that, and all the various other scriptures that was used. Then I was like, whoa, you know, this is not right. Something's not right. And then it may have me to reevaluate everything. Because like a lot of times you see now, I call them, they're popcorn camps, because you see a lot of camps popping up now. You see camps everywhere, which is nothing wrong. I have no problems. It's nothing wrong with a righteous gathering. I say that, and I'm just leave it like that. It's nothing wrong with a righteous gathering, because Zephaniah 2:1 says, "Gather yourselves together." Right? We gather together right now, even though we're not, with each other. We're still gathered right here. But
yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Like they want the brotherhood part, but the doctrine is off.
Right,
like,
right, and that's what when I came into the truth, I didn't come off. I didn't come in on I didn't know anything about the chart. The chart got introduced to me like when I became a part of a camp, and they introduced it to me, and I didn't really question it. I just kind of went along with it. I was like, okay, yeah, all right. I just didn't say anything, just for the brotherhood and camaraderie. That's what it was about. And like I said, the words of the Most High is what got me. I started getting an understanding, and I started seeing that, oh man, that makes sense. That's not okay.
It's just like us four here. It's just like dealing with them. They deal with their people. They get along with their people. They feel comfortable. Now you feel comfortable around your own. Now when I was up in there, man, I ain't feel comfortable with no Ricky Ricardo looking Puerto Rican or no Dominican, man. That didn't look like me. I ain't feel comfortable.
Right,
the spirit wasn't there. You wasn't feeling that spirit.
It's like I told
in the back. I think he might be
those type of Mexicans, nah.
Mexican, Puerto Rican, somewhere. I'm gonna bring him in. Hold on, let me bring this guy in. Yaqua. Let him speak his piece right here. Go ahead.
Man, hey man, Shalom, Malak, Tazadaq, man. It's an honor and a pleasure, brother, finally getting the opportunity to be here on your platform, brother. How you doing today, man?
I'm good, brother. How you?
Man, to be honest with you, King, man, all praises to the Most High, man. You know, Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shah, man, and the fact that you have given me this opportunity, brother, I wanted to speak my piece, man. Hey, hey,
Yeah, you just went mute. Yo, let him speak.
hey, man, can you hear me better now?
No, we can hear you. I can hear it.
Already. Hey, brother. So yeah, man, I wanted to speak my piece real quick, man, and I just wanted to commend all you brothers, man, for coming on this platform today, man. And I'm gonna give it to you, Kahan, man. You've been on this platform, man, for a minute, brother, teaching our brothers, man. You know, throughout the lands, throughout the masses, even Gentile nations, brother. You know, from law and litigation, from judicial, man, from Mosaic, even maritime amnesty law, brother. So I just want to salute, man, to everything you've been doing in regards to not only the work of the Most High, but also to the work of the land, man. This is a blessing that the Most High has given you. So I just wanted to take this time to commend you for that before I wanted to speak my piece, big brother.
All right, go ahead, brother. Appreciate
already.
it.
So first and foremost, I also wanted to commend the brother in Cali and that brother Taylor. You brothers been touching on a lot of subject matters, man. I've been listening, brother, and I've been seeing what's been going on with Israel for a minute. But that way you know who's speaking on this platform today. My name is Yaakov Tanawat Ben Yashua Allah. I'm actually an indigenous brother out here located out of El Paso, Texas, Southwest, man, descended from the Mexicanahua Azteca Empire of Tenochtitlan, descended from Jalisco, and everything in central Mexico of Negro descent according to my father's tribe. So I am more than qualified to speak on behalf of the Mexican community, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, man. I have never had to fight or go to war. I'm 25 right now. I have never had to invoke in any type of past trauma or in situations where I've had to almost take people's life and protect my own other than with my own people. I will be what you would label a so-called Mexican or Hispanic in this country, but I don't identify as that misnomer because I know who I am, because of brothers like Tazadaq teaching this truth on these platforms. So as I proceed to introduce my cause, because the scripture says, man, debate thy cause with thy brother. I agree, brother Tazadaq, you know, with a lot of these One West camps, man, you know, I was brought up under a One West doctrine. You know, I've been in this truth going on 9 years now, matter of fact. I'm studying the history, man, applying the law and litigation to my life to the best of my ability, day in, day out. And one thing that I've come to the realization is, you're right, brother. There are a lot of tears in these camps that are popping up, and a lot of these brothers have not verified. And you brought up these subject matters years ago, brother. I remember saying, if these brothers are a part of your camp, let them show the facts, man. Bring out the history, show the images, man. Show the nationality of this brother of being of Negro descent to verify, at least before you started going towards this premise, brother, to really hit up these camps, because they're really going off nowadays, specifically One West splinter cell camps. And you're right, brother. These brothers that hop on platforms and go out and teach and give our brothers a bad name, and especially for the brothers that y'all bashing right now, you know, Zabak and all these brothers that are out here talking to these young sisters, courting with these young sisters, man. I don't know about a lot of other brothers, man, but I come from a family, man, where these brothers get done in for shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know y'all brothers probably have daughters of your own, bro, and y'all wouldn't want no grown man talking to y'all daughters. So I understand y'all premise on that, but I wanted to speak on behalf of what the brother in Cali was saying. I agree with you, bro. You know, the Mexicans out there, I want you to understand something, bro. The Mexicans out there in Cali are different from the Mexicans in Arizona. The Arizona Mexicans are different from the brothers out there in New Mexico. The Mexicans from New Mexico are different from the brothers out here in Texas, and vice versa. I know out there where y'all from on the East Coast, a lot, especially Utah, you don't have a high concentration of so-called Mexicans. It's only a percentage, brother. So they are really
there's a lot of them in New York now. It used to be in the 90s, but there's a lot in New York now.
Oh, so they're popping up now. So that's what's good. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I agree with you, bro. Because even out here, El Paso, Texas, man, it's about 90% Mexican, right? You have whitest Mexico right here across the border, walking distance, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell y'all what I've experienced from my youth up, brother. You have tears even amongst the community. Me being a light-skinned Mexican, I have always been discriminated against even amongst my own. They don't accept me. A lot of brothers, because I don't know about if you got a lot of melanated Mexicans where y'all at, but my Mexicans out here, a lot of them very melanated, darker than you, Tazadaq, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these brothers do and can trace their lineage back to central Mexico, being of Negro descent. You do have a lot of Moabites out here as well, and a lot of Edomites amongst the Mexican community. And I agree with that, brother, you know, dealing with historical point of reference that you brought out in times past. And I see that here. I've experienced that, and I know that's a fact. But what we got to do, brother Tazadaq, and I'm not gonna hop on your platform and tell you what to do personally, bro. But this is in regards to the brother's sake of what's been being discussed, because I've been listening, bro, and I apologize, man, on behalf of a lot of my brothers, and I'm not speaking on behalf of the terrorists, but for any melanated so-called Mexican that ever had that spirit dealing with Judah, that have ever came at you foul, bro. Because growing up as a child from El Paso to Houston, Texas, the one who introduced me to this truth was Judah. The ones who always held me down on the block was Judah, while my own were trying to persecute and kill me and do wrong by me, even my own blood. So I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't want to speak too long, bro, because the scripture said, I know there's a time and a place for everything. I know you brothers want to continue to get your point across, and I'm all with it. But I just wanted to refer back to First Kings, chapter 12, verse 19, where it said, "So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day." So if you go back to 922 BC, or that time spectrum, during the time of Solomon and Jeroboam, from that time the split manifested. So let's go back more recent. I got a precept real quick, right here in Zechariah chapter 11 of what the Most High was going to do, because it's evident, man. Even though we might not witness certain brothers going through the curses, that doesn't mean they're not exempt within the communities of brothers that are of Negro descent or not. Because I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all, fam. I'm still going through the curses right now. Even though my condition and position is better than what it was years ago, I know that I could identify, not only with this law and with these curses, but I have verifiable evidence on my end. But the precept I want is right here in Zechariah 11, verse. Let me get off my phone real quick. It's because I'm right here in the dark, fam. It's actually dark outside right now. It's going to be the book of Zechariah, chapter 11. Let me scroll down because I'm right here.
Where you getting at? Did you say that your father was of a Negroid descent?
That is correct, brother. That is correct.
So let me take that. Let me tell you this, man. My brother is married to a Mexican. They won't accept you, man. I mean, it'll only go to a certain degree. I'm telling you, King.
Hey, for real, bro.
If you get into a swabble with them, they're gonna call you a nigga. I don't know how light you are, because that's how they treat my niece and nephew.
You said it, brother, and I'm gonna keep it 100. When I'm amongst my own, I have to deal with the same. And these are woolly-haired Mexicans that do not identify with their true nationality, bro. So I gotta deal with woolly-haired Negroid Mexicans that would rather identify with these Edomites before they identify as who they really are, bro. So you even got a lot of J that's ignorant of that history that rather identify with European ideology. So that's something that I've seen growing up as a child, brother. And a lot of these brothers are darker than you. They have woolly hair just like you amongst my brothers and sisters. So, brother, and that's what I'm saying, man. But I got the verse, Zechariah 11 and 14. Then I cut asunder mine other staff, even bands, that I may break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel. So the Most High, this was prophesied from the beginning, because brother said it. Solomon fell off. The Most High visited him twice, and he didn't repent. And the Most High took the kingdom from him and gave it to Jeroboam. So knowing thus, now the nation split. After the Babylonian captivity, after the Persians came through and y'all were emancipated back in the land. After Darius, y'all were able to rebuild the temple. We know, aside from what we know is the Bering Strait, even what we have been taught under a One West doctrine of 2nd Ezra chapter 13, 40 through 46, knowing the history records, we know of the archaeological evidence predating Hernán Cortés, Ponce de León, Balboa, and de las Casas, prior to Columbus, of Hebraic and even Canaanite, Phoenician archaeology dwelling on the land prior to any Greco-Roman or European Edomite Idumerian dwelling on this land. So knowing thus, I say that to say this, brother Tazadaq, for all the brothers that are on this platform, I appreciate y'all explaining, brother, y'all experience and y'all trauma, because I agree with everything y'all saying, bro, because this is what I've been seeing and dealing with all my life. But what I wanted to tell that brother from Cali, because he out there, if he in Southern California, he know that where he at, you got a lot of Sureños out there. Me personally, I've had all my life, I've had to go to war with these brothers. They've always tried to kill me. They always try to stab me. They've always tried to jump me. You know what I'm saying? In my youth. So I know how them brothers get down out there in Cali, bro. And out there in Arizona, in Phoenix to Tucson, them brothers on a whole different swag, as well as New Mexico. But when you come out here to Texas, a brother made reference to Austin. It's more federal out there. So the brothers out there from Dallas to Fort Worth to H-Town to Port Arthur, all the way back up to El Paso, the so-called Negro and the so-called Mexican, believe it or not, we click like a mug, bro. But it's the brothers, like the brother said in Cali, that got that spirit upon them that not only fit the curses, but know what's really good, brother, because a lot of my brothers ain't ignorant either. But like I stated, and like the scripture stated, that envy and that hatred and that vexation towards the northern and southern kingdom is still evident. And Tazadaq, I just wanted to thank you too, big bro, for putting emphasis on this subject matter, because this is a problem in Israel. Because I have found myself helping my own and even of the southern, and it turn around and recompensate me double the evil for the good that I've done for brothers and sisters, man, even in this truth. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, at the end of the day, I wanted to ask you, brother Tazadaq, because this is my first time having the opportunity to speak to you, bro. I wanted to ask you, man. I know you got a personal email and you got other means of communication. I wanted to apply Matthew 18 in regards to a lot of things you've been bringing out, brother. If you would bless me with the opportunity, because I know you have other brothers that want to communicate, but I wanted to see if I could get that opportunity, bro.
Yeah, I'll put it in the room now, man. I'll put it in the
I appreciate that, man, because I have some precepts and some historical point of reference, brother. I don't just want to use my own words, bro, because, that's a bunch of hot air, fam. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
yeah,
for real.
it's in the room right there. I just put it in the room.
Hey, let me get that.
But so, Eliezer, you got something you want to say on that? Anyone got something they want to speak to on that?
Well, I kind of agree and I kind of disagree to that, but it's like the Mexicans in Texas are the same Mexicans down in Mexico. They treat you the same when you go to Mexico.
Exactly.
I just got back from Mexico.
Right.
Yeah. Listen, gotta everything. You feel me? It's a different place, bro. They don't like us in their whole country. Like, regardless, when you look up videos about the so-called black Mexicans, you feel me? I'm gonna call them so-called black Mexicans. They Judites to me. But the Mexicans, like, they hide them down there. They don't want to let them be known that they have them in a country. Like the brother was saying about Miami. You feel me? It's a Cubans, but where are the dark-skinned Cubans at? Like, where the really it's dark Mexicans out here. It is. But that don't mean they Negroid descent.
Right.
You feel me? Color doesn't dignify that you are Israelite.
Right.
It's about these curses too. And I'm pretty sure that the guy that was just talking probably sure is feeling some of the curses. I mean, you feel me? I'm pretty sure the Most High on his head. I mean, I don't know if he an Israelite or not. He said he was Issachar, right?
He said his dad was a Negro, so-called Negro. So what I'm telling him, so you can't always go by what they look like. Let me show you something.
Yeah, that's a hard. Hey man, I'm gonna tell you, but sometimes you could just, you could just feel that energy, like that energy. You could just tell, like, oh, okay, I don't know. I don't want to be nobody thinking that I'm Paul or nothing like that, or I'm somebody. I'm just saying.
So I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Hold on a second, man. Yeah, go ahead, speak, King. I'm gonna show you.
I don't really, I just say the spirit of discernment. You feel me? Because I've been wrong about things, and I've been right about a lot of things. You feel what I'm saying?
All right. So let me ask you guys right now. What's her nationality? Right here. What's her nationality?
She look Hispanic.
That's my niece. Her dad is my brother.
Right. I was going to say that, and I'm gonna tell you why.
So, but
they look like that out here. They look like that out here in Cali. That's
you see what I'm saying?
All day.
But I mean, they call her Hispanic. But my dad, my brother being her father, what would that make? I mean, what would that make her? But she grew up around Mexicans, right? And so,
yeah, but they don't see it that way.
Right. Yeah, they don't see it that way. For a while, she get along, but when they get upset, they call her nigga. You see what I'm saying? They call her nigga.
Yeah, that's right.
She come crying, calling my brother, and they call him nigga. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with his son. His son got curly hair like the brother that was just on. You see what I'm saying? His my brother's wife, her brother's a straight up cholos from East LA. You see what I'm saying? And her hair was kind of
hell yeah. Oh hell what?
Yeah.
What?
And they was like,
Oh
why
man,
you effing with this nigga? Why you bringing this damn monkey around here? So, yeah, I mean, it was always, so, I mean, that's how it is, man. So you can't always look at someone and see. You understand what I'm saying? You can't.
no, but
Or what you just said, that's Hispanic. But is she really a mom?
no,
So-called mom?
now, you're right, Tazadaq, to a certain extent on that, because I said Hispanic because I knew that was your niece, and I can tell that her background was Hispanic. Her features, when Spaniards and black mix, that's what they look like. We got a ton of women out here that look like that. That's how I know. You start to see it, you start to feel a vibration, and you start to really know. You can look at her and say, "Oh, you got some black in you." Then you talk to her more, like, "Hey," so you start talking about how you doing. "Oh yeah, my dad's black." "Oh yeah, okay, boom." Then you find out she a Judite, but your first instinct is her background is going to be like, "Oh yeah, she probably Mexican or like Hispanic." You feel me?
Good.
Especially the ones in Central America, they hate her. They hate your guts.
The root of all this hatred came from these crackers, man. Who taught them to hate us, man. That's where the root come from. And see, where
I don't know, bro, because it was more slaves in Mexico than it was in the United States. Did you know that all the slaves fled from Mexico to the United States? That's how we got over to the United States. So they had us in slavery for like a long ass time, bro. For like over 200 years, something, man. Yeah, it wasn't the United States that had us like that. It was Mexico. We came in, all the blacks, all the Judites on this side came in through Veracruz, Mexico, and Oaxaca, Mexico. When you look it up, after Hernan Cortez conquered Montezuma II, the Aztecs, once they conquered and killed them off, they needed somebody to work the sugarcane fields. So they brought in 200,000 to 500,000 African slaves.
So it was more of them getting dropped off there than overhead. Yep.
Right. So then my question is to you, to anybody else, if they quoted and said they brought 200,000 to 500 African slaves from Africa to work the sugarcane fields, who did they bring over? They brought over Judah. Them people are Judites. They just said they brought Africans. So we know the only people that was left over there was who? The tribe of Judah, the two tribes. So so what? So they are not Issachar, they Judites. I mean, when I read history and I see that, that's what it says. Feel me? So when you go down there, man, it's a different ballgame dealing with the Mexicans, man. Even the police, man. All the police is Mexicans too, man. Them niggas be tripping. And see, they know they try to use that aggressiveness against you because they know how black people is. You feel me? Oh, you know how they are. Like to put you in the handcuffs first. Like most of these shooters out here don't even really be white folks. It be Mexican cops shooting black folks. You know what I'm saying? Shooting black people. You know what I mean? And then they say, and then now check this out, Tazadaq. It's my last point. I'm gonna let somebody else speak. In the scripture, it says, "A nation shall come from you from afar that will not have any regard for old or young." The Mexicans don't do that. They have respect for their people. You don't see the police killing them women, slamming their women out of cars, beating up their women and stuff like that. You don't see them shooting their little kids and stuff like that. You don't see that. When you look in the Constitution, when you look in the United States Constitution, it says if a Mexican obey all laws or do not break any laws and obey all laws, they are considered a citizen in the United States. This is in the Constitution. I'm gonna just say that. Let somebody else talk.
Hey, Yeshaya, you still in the core? Yeah, so in regard to what the brother was saying that just left the core, he said, the Mexicans, just want to hear it from a point for someone that previously lived in one of the areas that he was talking about, not being California. Would you say that there any difference out there?
No, it's not a difference. It's not a difference. Yeah. California would just, I think Cali is probably a little bit worse. They're on a higher level, but for the most part, it's the same thing. Like I was explaining earlier, the same thing the brother was talking about. They get in one house, all 10 of them be packed in one house. They drive the property value down. Then they get the next house. That family move and they get the next house, and they get a house and they renting it out. They do this stuff and they be getting the trucks. They be like the same thing the brother was saying. They do the same exact thing, and you don't see Jake with them. They for their own people. They with their own people. They'll take Jake money. Yeah, they'll take that money.
At a high price.
Yeah, they'll take the money. And then too, like some of them, if they really on that level. Like I told you, I was at the restaurant. They didn't want me there. They didn't want me there.
Nah, you got
they didn't want me there. And then the brother said he live in El Paso. Yeah, it go in El Paso. It's bad out there. So I mean, I can feel what he's going through. I mean, the brother said his father is a Negro descent. So you just got to take it. That's what the brother said. But the rest of them, like a lot of them, they try to act like Jake too. Some of them try to act like Jake, especially in Austin. All you hear them talking nigga this, and nigga, that's all they say.
Right.
That's all.
I don't be playing that. I don't play that around me, homie. I tell them real quick. My homie's like, hey man, don't listen, bro. We're gonna be fighting right now.
Right, because
stop saying that around me. Like, I didn't give you no pass on that.
Exactly. And when I first moved to Austin, that's all I heard Mason say was nigga. And I was like, dude, I said, I'm not your nigga. Don't call me a nigga. I said, whoever told you it was okay, I don't know who told you it was okay. And then Israel would try to. It was like Israelites. I was around Israelites to be on the streets trying to say, see, they just like us. See, they say nigga, just it's okay. Like, I told you that.
You got Edomites to say that, like Slim Shady.
Right. And I ain't never heard him say it. He wasn't stupid. He ain't never been that stupid.
He said it. He used to say it.
Yeah, he said it.
I'm young.
Any of them that try to be down would say it. You know what I mean?
See, I'm young. See, I never. He never said it in a rap song.
Nah, but what's the dude that died? That he used to hang with. That he said was his best friend.
Young Buck.
Won that. What's the dude that died?
No, that's not him.
It's so-called
you talking about his best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot, but that's. I mean, like I said, they try to act like they try to act like us, and like I told you the story when I was in the camp. The dude said nigga, and I kind of looked. I said, it's gonna take me a minute to get used to that. And this is when before I was, before, like I said, I was just going along just to get along. Before I started opening my eyes and waking up, like I said, this stuff just does, like everything that you said, brother, that happened in Cali is the same thing that I dealt with when I was in Texas. The same things. They backstab you on the jobs. They give them all the same thing. It's no different.
Yeah, I just want to say that the brother that came on, the brother, he was very respectful. I got to give him that. The brother was very respectful, man. The brother that just came on.
Yeah, he was.
If he truly is, if his father, we didn't say he's Judah. He says he's a so-called Negro. It might be a Benjamite, might be a Levite. Like Monkey Hebrew. But you never know.
Yeah, I mean, if he say Israel, but
you crazy.
And then he said,
it's guerrilla Hebrew. It's guerrilla Hebrew.
But and then I want to touch on that. I'm gonna touch on that too. But then he said something. He said, well, the woolly haired Mexicans out there treat him, they do the same thing. Well, that's the ones we need to be talking to. That's the ones that need to get woken up.
So so what it is, he kind of got a relevant point. And the reason that they do that is because they're discriminated against by the lighter ones. So when they look at him, because you wouldn't think that his father is a so-called Negro, right? So when they look at him, they probably think he's one of the lighter ones, and they've been discriminated against all of this time. So they try and get back at him. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But so was his grandma Mexican? Because when he was talking, I did hear him say that when he said his daddy was a Judite, then he was talking about the Mexicans. He was saying, "Oh, they treat me back. They had my back. Judah had my back more than my people did." So I'm thinking, like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah,
So that's why I was
if the brother's still out there, he could call back in.
Call back,
when he kept saying my people, I don't know what side he was talking about.
I was listening. I was listening
He
real
said
good.
he was speaking for the Mexicans. He said he was speaking for the Mexican.
Right, being a Mexican.
Yeah, so
he said that. So how is your dad a Judite and you a Mexican?
Yeah, that's what
I mean, probably because like my niece, she grew up in that community. You see what I'm saying? She grew up in.
So he relate to him.
Yeah, what was that place called? It's like about a few hours from Vegas. Yeah, it's way
I don't know. I grew up with Mexicans too, all day, every day.
Yeah. But I'm saying when they grew up with them, they picked that culture. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so a lot of Hispanics, they named their nationality after a culture. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what's going on right now. When Mexicans calling themselves Israelites, what they're doing, they're taking out culture. But Mexican, it's not really, you know what I mean? It's not a nationality. It's something modern, just like Hispanic. You see what I'm saying? It came from Spanish people. It's a mixed nation of people in general. Mexicans is a mix. It's a crossbreed of Asians and Europeans, so-called Spanish, and to a lesser degree, some blacks. That's what it is. It's not a normal nationality, and they don't get that.
And like the brother Eleazar said, like none of them, they don't really know the scriptures. None of them can come and defend. Like it's usually just Judah. It's usually just us defending them. Usually,
wait a minute, man. I'm not a Judite, and I know some scriptures, man.
Well, so you know what I mean. It's normally like people that look like you and all of us on the panel. Like it's us defending them instead of they're not defending. They really don't defend themselves, and then they lammy back off the people that defending them. They lammy back off that, which they just regurgitating. And then they tell me you're people. Now you got them saying we Canaanites and whatnot, and all this. And then yesterday I was listening to the call where he was like, he told him about Hosea 7 and 8, and he unplugged the damn computer because you can't. He actually I literally seen him unplug the computer, like bro, like because and it wasn't really funny because like. We got to take it seriously because like these people been telling them they've been telling them all, and I was a part of that. I was a part of that, even though I had questions early and I never said nothing, and I feel responsible too because I never said anything, and I know how they dealt. But they were just like, oh well, they would say the Southern Kingdom, Northern Kingdom, they just been apart and all this. So I accepted it, even though my experiences, I know what was going on. I know what I dealt with just dealing with them.
Yeah, and so that breakdown that Win West used to give Dawid was damn garbage. You know how when they broke down Genesis 49, 1 through 2 and verse 19, and they said that Gad was a troop. That applies to us, man. It shouldn't have been the Cowboys and Indians. It should have been the Cowboys and Negroes. Because we was here before these Asians came down, like he was mentioning the Bering Strait. Before they actually even came here, we was here occupying this land. And so the troops that got overthrown by the United States cavalry was us. It was us, the indigenous people, the true tribe of Gad. Those are the troops that got overthrown. The only thing that those Win West bastards did was take that and twist it and try and throw them in. I'm telling you, man, that's what it is. And when you go and look at Deuteronomy 33 and 20, that applies to us as well. So this First Chronicles 12 verse 8, that all applies to us, man. What happened in 709 BC when King Solomon's death, that brother was actually talking about when the nation of Israel split into two kingdoms. The south was the kingdom of Judah, and the north retained the name Israel. It's all pointing back to us, man, so-called black people. So the northern kingdom of Israel, the so-called 10 lost tribes, they were Negroes also, man. The only thing that Nate Satan and that damn Ben Yum Yum sit down, they just sit down and added in what Oya had already indoctrinated into their damn minds. That's the only thing. So there you got idiots saying, oh, well, give a Genesis 49 breakdown. You could easily try to say that those curses apply to those people, but in those characteristics, but they really don't. If you know the scriptures, they really don't, man. They really don't apply to them, man.
And it's like,
especially Deuteronomy 28, 58, 62. When you ask, so if they apply to every scripture to every curse, you ask them, what curses was the Israelites afraid of when it speaks of that in 60 before Moses came? What curses was they afraid of? Can't none of them answer it, even though Judites. So how can you prove that they Israelites then? If you don't know this,
Man, they got some stupid. Oh yeah, they wore fringes. If you read this damn book right here by Dr. Imhotep, so damn what they had on fringes. They came here and mixed in with us, man.
They got it.
So they took up our customs. In this book, it tells you we was already here, man, when they came. And when they first came here, they was dark, man. Because if you know anything about Lot's daughters, they had sex with him, man. And then the Moabites and the Ammonites, Ammon, they got pushed far east. So that would make them the so-called Chinese and Japanese. And then they came down into North, Central, and South America. And then Esau switches our identity and nationality and start calling these people Native Americans. You know why? Because they enslaved our black behinds. Because the true indigenous people look like me and look like you guys. That's what they look like. And so because we looked at like Judah, they started putting us in damn captivity and calling us Negros also. And that's what happened, man. And all of that's documented in this book, man. And various other books that I have. Here's Tazadaq. Need to be reading, man. This one right here. They need to read these books, man. And right here, this brother right here, I met this brother on 125th. He used to be in the Nation. But this is a very good book about the black Mexicans, man. The real Mexicans. You understand? The real Mexicans. So, I mean, that's what's going on, man. Our people been lied to, man. And One West, these damn One West bastards, they keep pushing the lie, man. Because they want to lay with these men and women, and they want the damn tights. That's what it's all about, man. I mean, it's got to be wicked, man. You got men like Tazadaq still going around teaching people. The brother that was with his camp in California, I talked to the brother personally, man. Brother want to join TDOC now. You know what the brother say? He been reaching out to Tazadaq. He said, Tazadaq usually answer my calls. I asked him about the stuff you was sending the video out. He won't even respond anymore. Then he say he usually come out to California at least once a month. I haven't seen him in 2 or 3 months. I said, yeah, that's because my Eliezer ran up on his ass, man. Eliezer ran up on him. So he haven't going back, man. He said, yeah, man, he's usually out here like at least once a month. Well, I haven't seen him. What's going on? You know what's going on?
I'll be paying attention to stuff. And I told him, I said, don't mention my name in no videos or nothing, bro. I'm not with that. Facebook, YouTube, like, niggas is really with this gangster shit for real out here. Like, this shit is embedded in us. Like, you can't escape it. You feel me? Like, if you out here, Tazadaq, and let's say you out here visiting your brother, and let's say your brother used to be in a gang, and he sees some enemies, and they start jumping on him, are you gonna let them jump your brother? No. So the minute you attack, when they see you again, they're not gonna say, that was his brother, he was just helping him, he a Hebrew Israelite. No, they gonna say, you from that gang, you one of them. When some people see you with certain people, you are labeled one of them, period. It ain't no low, no. It ain't no explaining, because they gonna think you scared.
Right.
Just like you was talking about the Mamsers yesterday too. A lot of these people, like,
when you done. Yeah, because I just got a call from Judah when I would have my mic off, and he said he got the picture of the gorilla Hebrew's father, so he gonna send it to you, bro.
Yeah, you're bringing in the room.
I seen that.
Yo, you saw that?
The brother was saying, the brother was saying that that's not his. He asked Gorilla Hebrew to show pictures of him and dude as his father, like, show me some more pictures. He posted like 1 or 2 pictures, but it wasn't like you know, like this is your daddy type picture. You feel what I'm saying? Like it was in like one other group picture. You feel me? True enough, if I don't know, I got pictures with my daddy and my family. Like I posted 2 pictures in that group of both of my granddaddies. They all got the same ass nose right here. It's big bell pepper. You feel what I'm saying? Straight up. Judite shit. Straight up Judite shit. You feel me?
Okay.
But the girl called, it was a sister that caused him a mesmer that brought up, sister cut him so hard. Saying
God.
that true to the fact that you is a mixed breed, you ain't even supposed to be teaching. You ain't even supposed to be on the council. You ain't even
Right.
supposed to enter the congregation for 10 generations. So
Correct.
technically you out of here.
Right, and that's
So
why
she was right.
and that like and like
She
and I
was
said
right.
and I read that in the scriptures when I was reading that in the scriptures, but then when you go out and teach, when you go out and teach, you tell people, oh, you know, you are what your father is. But even though you didn't know, I mean, Eliel, he didn't sin, his father did, but at the
Right.
same time, you still gotta follow it. If you in the tree, you gotta sit back. You
Right.
gotta just sit back and learn. That's just, it is what it is.
And that's why I cut the house of David, because there's no in the hell damn Barack been in the truth since what, probably like 91, maybe 89, and he doesn't know that. There's no in the hell. So how
Right,
the
and
hell
that's
they gonna let him sit on their so-called Masha Yasha Allah? You see what
kind. That's for all Israel. That's for all these Israelites too. That's mixed breeds and all this stuff. That's for everybody. That's for everybody. But they'll use the excuse, oh, well, you know, we all mixed, dog, and you know, everybody mixed. Nobody knows who they are. You just gotta. No, Paul. Paul said, "Has Most High done away with his people?" He said, "God forbid." No, he said, because he is an Israelite. At the end of the day, you see a person. That's why I say, like, people don't really believe in the scriptures. They don't really believe in what they teaching. It's just, remember all the doctrine, because that's what I did. Just
he's in the back.
remember everything and be able to go out and regurgitate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring the brother back in. Yaquab, you're back in here.
Hey, Shalom, Max. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, man, I'm right here. Just driving real quick. Let me park up real quick. Hey, yeah, man, I wanted to re-clarify in case the brothers, y'all didn't hear properly. Yeah, man, I would be what you would identify, according to what America would label as a misnomer, so-called Mexican or Hispanic. But, like, so I could reiterate so y'all understand, my father's pedigree, not based on my grandmother's side, but my dad's dad, woolly haired, Aztec from Central Mexico, man, because that book that you brought out, Brother Tazadaq, and there's many points of references, man. A lot of people don't understand that the true Aztecs, man, were woolly haired, melanated beings, prior, to Hernan doing what he did, after Montezuma II came out of power, after the temple was torn down. So, I mean, a lot of people, let alone them not knowing that history, they will automatically assume that what they see today, a lot of these slanted-eyed, Moabite looking or more quote unquote native Moabite phenotype, or more of a light-skinned Spaniard phenotype. And brother brought out a good point, and this is a study that I've invoked for many years, brother, because I questioned my nationality growing up as a child. Me being a quote unquote light-skinned Mexican, I thought that I was of another nation outside of my people, because you said it, Tazadaq, growing up, I've had to deal with my own personal form of ill treatment and racism from my own people, looking at me like, damn, well, we're hated and discriminated against amongst these Edomites.
I got a question for you.
Say that again,
I got
bro?
a question for you.
Oh,
When you look up the history of the Almanacs and the Aztecs, it says that the Almanacs was a black people, and
That's
so they was feuding with the Aztecs. They was feuding over with the
All the people
Aztecs.
were hated with you.
Because the Aztecs was a different breed of people. They were red. They were red people, like looking like clay type people. They didn't have no woolly hair. The
Yeah.
Almanacs were black. They feuded with
All right,
them.
well,
The
let's go
Mayans
back.
was
Let's
black.
go back.
The Mayans
Let's
was
go
black.
back.
I know about Hernan Cortez. I know
Yeah,
about
before-
everybody he
go ahead,
brought
man.
on his ship. The black people that Hernan Cortez brought on his ship, they were named Antonio, Antoine, and Anthony. They had them 3 names. All the black people that he brought on the ship. Antoine, Anthony, and the other one I missed, Antoine, Anthony, and I forget the other one already, but that was their names. Antonio, that was their names.
Hey, well, keep in mind too. I understand what you're saying. That way I could re-clarify that term Aztec, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100. That's a misnomer as well. If you want to be more precise, you would say Azteca. You know what I'm saying? 1A makes a.
No, I'm not. I'm using this. See, here's the understanding. We are here teaching people. They don't know them by that name, so we have to use layman terms so they understand what we're saying.
Okay, so yeah. Well, let me answer your question, bro. In proper sequence, man. So first things first, going back to the Olmecs, yes. And I also understand that even Egyptologists ascribe to them being Canaanites as well. So I mean, there's a lot of, that's a whole different subject matter, but it implies, because when you understand the history prior to the Olmec, going back historically, even pinning back to the Phoenicians, according to archaeology, according to what I've researched, but you got to consider also the Toltecs, prior to the Aztec Empire being built. And when you understand the history thereof, you could correlate, going back, to the same.
So I can, for 1 second, brother, I need to make this abundantly clear. First of all, that Egyptologist doctrine is Edomite doctrine.
That's right. You're right. You're right.
They don't read hieroglyphics.
You see me rubbing my face?
The Ibrit is not a dead language.
That's right.
That damn hieroglyphics is a dead language. It's not used anymore. You see what I'm saying? Right. So the only thing they understand is what some Edomite don't want and interpret. And so the other thing, you got to remember also, brother, a lot of Israelites were actually referred to, and this is going to go over a lot of people's head, as Canaanites, because we was in that land of Canaan.
That's so right, brother. You're right.
Israelites were actually mistaken for Canaanites.
You're right.
What I'm saying? We spoke that dialect. You see what I'm saying?
Coming out of Mizraim. You're right, brother. You're right.
Come on. So this is where a lot of people was actually referring to us as Canaanites. And so we're all like, this is one of the things about that book Imhotep wrote. If someone was actually an Israelite, he's still going to call him an African, like on a broad spectrum. You see what I'm saying? Like when they were referring to people as Moors, they were referring to all so-called blacks as Moors. You see what I'm saying? But when you deal with etymology, you're just referring to someone with a copper colored skin. But now when you talk to these modernized Moors, they make you believe that it's someone that was following the religion of Islam when it's not true, because you have Moors that was Christian, Jews, and so on and so forth. Just like the word Neklushet, someone with the copper colored skin. That's the only thing the word Moor was actually referring to, man.
Right.
So So they refer to us as canon, but again, that's a misnomer. I mean,
that's right.
And the other thing that I don't agree with One West, our people did get scattered in Africa. So it becomes exceedingly difficult for them to say this African's not Israel, that African's not Israel. Come on, man. You was right there in Africa. So how in the hell we got scattered to all these other places, but there's no Israelite? Oh, that's Ham. Like
when you read from Babylon to Timbuktu, there's a lot of points of reference on that too as well.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother. You just gonna say something? Yaquan.
Oh, shalom. Can you hear me now, bro?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, my fault, bro. I was actually talking, man, but I didn't know that the platform didn't allow me to come in if the phone was off. So, I agree with you, brother. And also, like from Ronald Sanders from Babylon to Timbuktu, I mean, there's evidence of northern and southern kingdom being throughout the lands and peninsula of Africa, from the Sudan even all the way to the southern, not only the west coast. You know what I'm saying? So you're right, bro. And I wanted to re-clarify for the brother out there in Cali, going back to what you asked me, but also you're right, brother. Going back to that term Canaan, because the forefathers coming out of Mizraim, coming out that land, we were referred to as brothers that came from the Levant, and we ran out the Canaanites, historically speaking, through the times of Joshua. So
but stop right there. That's the other mistake. People believe that Joshua ran out all of the Canaanites.
No, he did it.
That's not true. That's not true, because
Israelites
married Canaanites. Israelites married Canaanites.
When you read the history in the Judges,
they couldn't. Let me ask you this, King. So, Yesha's wife, what was she? What was her nationality? What was Yesha's wife? When we trace this back, when you trace back going before King David, Bozar broke the damn law because he married a Moabite.
Right?
Right? That was against the laws. The Moabites are not even supposed to be loud, and so that's been going on with Israel for a long time. So Jesse, Ashtar, when you deal with it in the Ibrit, he started questioning his nationality because when he was tracing his lineage, he found out that Bashar had actually married a Moabite. So he was going to deal with a Canaanite woman that was actually his concubine and servant, and he had told her, if I trace my lineage and I find out that I'm not an Israelite, because he was questioning his lineage, then hey, I will marry you. You're gonna remain a slave. But if I'm an Israelite, then I would take you, because they could actually marry then, because we was intermarrying with Hamites. Yeah. When you trace two of Jacob's wives, does people know that two of Jacob's wives was damn Hamites? Handmaidens. So the nation of Israel was built off of that. You understand? So we was built off of that. So for these dumbass Israelites, it's I'm not African. When Jacob took Leah and the other sister, when they stopped being able to reproduce, she was like, here, take my handmaid, go into her and make her my wife. Then the other sister done the same thing. When you trace those lineage, like I did, they were both so-called Africans, what you would call Africans today. Now get one west side of that, man.
Yep.
You can't. That's the history on it.
Now you brought out a good point, man, and you're right. Yeah, because I want to correct that way. There's no misunderstanding. You know, Joshua did it because when you read the Book of Judges, man, the tribe of Asher, you know, even amongst the other northern tribes, you know, they dwelled amongst the Canaanites. They didn't. I was there in Zidon amongst the allotment of Asher. They were chilling and they dwelled amongst those heathens, man. So that's what was causing a lot of, you know, disobedience in the land, because we're commanded not to deal with these Canaanite nations. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I believe that's Deuteronomy 7, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the 7th chapter, Deuteronomy. We were supposed not to marry him. Started marrying to him, and Most High, every time Most High put closer to him.
Hey, like even when you go back, you know, to the Issacharite rule with Ahab, was he not with a Zidonian woman, Jezebel?
Yeah, come.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, when you understand the history and when you understand, you know, the litigation thereof, you know, we're able to pinpoint. But back to subject matter, Tazadaq, with what the brother asked. Yeah, brother, I agree with you, because even when you deal with Montezuma II, he wasn't even an Aztec, bro. He was actually a Chichime. He wasn't even amongst the tribes of the noble bloodline. You know what I'm saying? So when you understand that history, and I appreciate you, brother, you know, having this knowledge, bro, because I know you're out there in Cali. You got to deal with these brothers, man. You know, you got to deal with a whole different reality with them brothers, because they're ignorant as hell out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them brothers, they don't know who they are. They don't know their nationality, bro. They identify under European ideology, bro, and they hate their own. And they definitely hate Judah, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I understand that to be a fact. So I could understand your premise, big bro. But like I told Brother Tazadaq, you know, of course, there's a time and a place for everything, because that's more better understood, bro, when we go into the records, bro, and when we break all those archives out. Right now, I just got done driving, man, but right now I just barely got in position. But I wanted to be honest with you, brothers, man, just for clarification's sake. You know, I really do appreciate you brothers coming on this platform, man, and being a light, you know, to not only Israel, bro, but to these Gentiles too, because, you know, with what the world is seeing our brothers do, you know, from pedophilia, you know, to justification of transgression of the Most High law, you know, that puts us in a bad light to where we're perceived as more of an enemy than what we're supposed to be perceived as. We're supposed to be not only a light, bro, but to be an example to all nations of what true righteousness and what law-abiding brothers and sisters ought to conduct themselves as. But when you have brothers like this on these platforms demonstrating what they do on social media, that's why, like brother said, I don't be on Facebook, I don't be on social media like that, bro. I got real life things going on, bro. I never really had time, you know, to be on social media like that and just see what's going on in the world. But the most is you, Tazadaq, and that's why I commend you, brother, because the only reason why I really go on YouTube, bro, is to come watch you, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. You know, if it ain't, you know, watching boxing or something, you know what I'm saying? Because, brother, you've been giving that right knowledge for a minute, man. And I want to also let you know, too, a lot of Prasini civilly, you know, I'm still in the process of getting my secure party creditor, you know, but with me, it's different, brother, because out here in Texas, it's a different litigation system, you know what I'm saying, different paperwork, but I know which offices I need to communicate with, but I already, you know, corrected my status on the private side. So right now I understand how to operate, bro, in my square. You know, and that's why right now I've been set apart, man. Bear witness, you know, the injustice, the iniquity, and the wickedness amongst, you know, Israel in itself. But the problem that I have with a lot of brothers, man, and this is nothing personal, you know, with you, brother Tazadaq, because I know you are the mediator, bro, and this is your platform, so this is not directed towards you. This is more directed, you know, to other brothers listening and to maybe brothers' premises or opinion they may have. My biggest issue with a lot of brothers, you know, dealing with the Southern Kingdom is, you know, the lack of consideration in regards to, you know, the reality of brothers such as myself and the things that I have witnessed, and brothers such like myself that have not have or have the platform like I have to be on this phone call today, you know, to give their point across. Because, you know, the Most High, you know, I know he works with his people in different ways. He's not dealing with every brother the same. We all come from different transgressions coming out from the world, and we all have different iniquity that we're still purifying and cleansing from. But at the same time, you know, he deals with us all as children, and he chastises us. So under that chastisement, you know, what I've realized, brother Tazadaq, is that with One West, they have created a problem, because now with all these Israelite groups, man, you got a lot of brothers teaching false doctrine in regards to even the observation of the Most High holy days. And I've been seeing since IUIC came out with that new moon doctrine, ever since then, bro, you know, till now, there's been a lot of damnable heresies and all that stuff that's been going on with Judah being Canaanite now. It started with that fool on Facebook, Jose Vega. That so-called that brother out there in Orlando, Florida, bro. I recall I debated his ass, bro, and he gave his own little premise, like, and he was a narrator, so he got his narrative across without me actually fulfilling what I was supposed to bring out. Like, he kind of cheated. But make a long story short, ever since him, because I'm pretty sure you're aware of that, brother. They were called ancient watchmen. Them fools, bro. They're the ones who started all this propaganda of y'all being Canaanites and all these Latinos are now all total Israelites. Like, when that came out, bro, I was tripping out. Like, damn, you're not even bringing out substantial evidence verifying your claims, bro. You're just coming out straight doctrine coming out of these camps you came out. I think because that brother that was in the camp, he was with IUIC, he was with Guerrilla Hebrew or this brother, and he was with many other Israelite camps, bro. And he ended up getting with this cat. And what I realized what brothers do when they come out of these predominant Israelite groups, they tend to change the doctrine a little bit, but it's the same. And that's what's been going on all these years. Like how you stated with Ariyah, a lot of these brothers that came on the scene before us, they kept the same spin on what they were teaching. They just tweaked it a little bit. But now, like what I would call a faggot today, a homosexual, I would say chueco, which means crooked in Spanish, bro. You know, that's a term that they use out here. But that's how Israel has become, you know, in regards to One West, to what they have progressed with this new generation. They are now crooked, bro, and they're causing brothers to sin with their doctrines, man. And that's the problem I have, bro. The fact that you got brothers on these platforms teaching Israel to sin, and they think it's okay. They're condoning it, bro. And it takes brothers like you, and that's why I respect brothers like you coming on these platforms, man, and stating your cause, because nobody else is gonna do it, bro. Nobody else is gonna speak on these affairs, man. These nations love seeing us out here like this. They love seeing our sisters out here whores, bro. Our brothers out here whoremongers, out killing our own. They don't want to see us proactive and productive in our community to where we're able to address that. And it's sad because now this stuff has hit the major stream platforms, and these so-called leaders, bro, who we looked up as leaders, are not being leaders no more, bro, and they're behind the scenes. Like, brother, I commend you for hitting that brother Zabak. And that's crazy because that brother was going hard back in the day. And for all the things I've heard, yeah, brother, a lot of these brothers been dealing with brothers' wives, man, and really committing foul acts on the land. And you know what? That's between them and the Most High. But once it hits a media platform like YouTube and all these other platforms, bro, and these brothers can't even come on the scene and at least acknowledge their transgression. Right. That's what's sad, bro. And the Most High dealing with brothers like that, man, because it took me years, brother, to look myself in the mirror like, damn, bro, I'm a piece of shit. I'm wicked. I'm evil. I hate my brother. I hate myself. You know, it took a lot for me to say that and understand that and change that, still changing that. And that's what's wrong with these brothers, man. Like the other brother said, when you hit these organizations, you can't surpass their level of superiority in their camp. You can't do it. You have to either, you know, sell your soul or do something. But you ain't getting in that position, brother. You're not, because I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I used to be with one of the major predominant Israelite groups, IUIC, back in the day. I was a ranking soldier in the organization.
What year was that?
This was years ago, but this was like in 2015.
Yeah. I was with him before that. I was helping Nate build that damn thing up.
Yeah, bro. I
When
was
he
like,
was out of his house.
when Joshua moved out there to Arizona, man, that's when all this, that's when I decided to separate. Because when they came out with that new moon doctrine, bro, like that's what throws off the high holy days. Because when you read Sirach, I believe it's 43, you know, the light is a sign of, the moon is a sign of feast, brother, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? According to the scriptures. But I mean, aside from that doctrine, yeah, brother, I used to be a part of their organization, and I seen, you know, what these brothers are talking about on the platform, you know, with what these Israelite camps got going on, with what they're doing with these Gentile nations joining the organizations. I've seen it myself. But at the end of the day, bro, and that's why, like you stated in times past, Brother Tazadaq, because I'm almost done, is if these brothers are going to come on the scene, at least, you know, identify a time and a place, because I have my records, big bro, and that's why I wanted to, you know, I got your email now. I want to be able to commune with you, brother, you know, accordingly. That way, you know, I could be approved in the side of my brother as well, because, you know, the scripture says approve a friend first. You know what I'm saying? So if two cannot walk together lest they be agreed, right? So at the end of the day, man, you know, I just wanted to say thank you, bro. But with the other brother out there in Cali, man, I wanted to ask you too, bro. You happen to have an email, bro? I could reach out to you, brother, because I wanna further discuss, man, your questions, man, in more validity, bro, and I can actually reach out, give you my number, bro. We could chop it up, man. You know, one on one, bro, so we get some edification, man. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't really like that. Like, I'm gonna just keep it 100, bro. Like, that ain't my
Okay.
get down, bro.
All
Like,
right.
I'm only for Judah. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Already.
Issachar is the people they saying is Issachar is Judites to me. That's not Issachar. That's not Issachar.
Well,
So
you
the
have
only
a lot
way
of
that
Judah
you, so if a person
brothers, right?
claiming they Issachar in the United States and they not a dark skinned people, then that to me that's just I don't, you know
Okay,
what I
okay.
mean?
Let's touch that. And so if
Ain't
you
no
want to give me the time
ain't
and
no
place, brother, so I
disrespect,
can
bro.
explain
It's
myself,
just
then let me speak. Then.
ain't no disrespect to you, bro. It's
No, that's
not
straight.
that I'm
That's
holding
straight.
like a grudge or
No, I
nothing
feel you,
against you.
bro. So
And
let
then
me
two is
speak
just
my
like,
cause
you know,
since
I
Dr.
just
Doc
don't,
allowed me to come through then, bro. So since you said that,
you know,
I'm gonna
I'll
say this
see, you know, I'll see you, you know, the more I see you around, the more, you know what I'm saying?
already.
We get to know each other. You feel me? Then maybe it'll go from there. But as of right now, like, I just don't, not in my circle, my dude. I just
Already, bro.
don't
So
do it.
let me say this, bro, and I'm gonna end it on this, man. So Tazadaq could proceed in the session today. Just so you understand, bro, somebody's phenotype and concentration of melanin, sad to say, brother, does not only that alone does not dictate nationality. It's a genotype, man. Somebody could have a same phenotype of a Gentile nation, bro, and still be of the same genotype of a Negro descent. And that's the only problem I have with a lot of brothers, man, is that we're not able to differentiate, you know, a light skinned brother from a dark skin. Because I sad to say, I've had to experience that all my life, even amongst my community. So that's something I gotta also explain to people within my community, right? So I just want to let you know, bro, you know, according to my years of studying, brother, I'll be damned if I allow anybody to tell me the complexion that I look like defines me of who my bloodline is and my nationality. I won't accept that. You know what I'm saying? I just won't. And for anybody that does, bro, that don't want to, you know, expound on that more clearly, you know, that's something I'd recommend you. If you're not aware of that, bro, you know, I recommend looking into that, man, as a formal recommendation out of respect.
I don't look into stuff like that, G,
Okay,
because I
so
done
look,
had too much
bro,
experience. Check me out. Check me out. I'll let you speak. I'll let you speak, bro. Check me
and I
out.
spoke my piece,
I don't get
bro.
into that. I don't get into that, my G. That's just not how I rock. Like, I don't
Already,
know you. Like,
already, Malak. Well,
I
out of
don't let
respect, brother,
people
I just wanted to state my
I don't
piece.
let people I don't okay, okay, I'm saying my piece. I don't let people in my circle, my G, like
No, I
that,
feel you. I feel you.
because who I am and the people I be around. And it's just like, to me, like,
Understood.
I just look at things different. And this is Tazadaq form. To me, it's like you giving too much praise and thanks. To me, I'm a street dude. I don't like stuff like that. Oh man, good looking. Always wanna, to me, it's like the person in the party that always wanna dap my hand every 5 minutes. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
damn, stop shaking my hand, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I see that. So when I see
Okay.
stuff like that, to me, it's a turn off. It
I,
lets me know, because real recognize real. If I'm in a party and I see you, I'm gonna dap you up once. If we conversating and we say some good shit, like, yeah, boom, I'm gonna dap you up. But if I'm
yeah.
standing here, every time you say something, I gotta dap you up, like dap. Come on, man, stop shaking my hand. That's how I see that. But you
Oh,
doing it with words.
Okay.
Like all that respect and all that stuff like that. Like I don't get down like that. Like we don't rock like that out here in LA. You feel me?
That's a Jake
We
thing,
take one
period.
time.
Okay.
We say it one time and one time only. You feel me? And it wasn't and I told you it wasn't no disrespect, but I just don't let people. I got one person in the truth that's claiming to be Issachar, and I said that last night on live. And that's the only dude I mess with that claiming to be Issachar. All my other Mexican friends, they all gangbangers, homie.
Yeah.
Straight like that.
Hey, what was you saying, Yeshaya?
I said, no, to what the brother was saying, I said, Con, that's just a Jake thing, period. It's not a Cali thing. That's a Jake thing. Like, we ain't gonna we know it real, recognize real. We just go real nigga. We don't have to keep saying it over and over and over. I can attest to that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I just think the brother got a humble spirit. I see it a little differently. So I kind of see that a little differently from you. I think the brother got he's not coming like with the rah-rah, because the average person that tries to sit down and express their views, they get like really disorderly and discombobulated. But you got to give the man, his just due. He's been very respectful, man. I got to give that up.
Yeah.
Hey, if I may, brother Tazadaq, I want to speak just one last statement, big bro, and this is in regards to what the brother stated. You stated, real recognize real. Out here we say trill recognize trill, bro, and I'm gonna keep it, 1,000 with you, $150 if I may. Out here, bro, I've dealt with brothers, that have tried to take my life for being too friendly. And I know what you're talking about, OG. I know what you mean, bro. And I apologize if I come off on the premise based on communication as too friendly, bro. So I'm gonna go ahead and repent from that and address Brother Tazadaq accordingly. And I know you a member, of this communication, and of course amongst what Brother Tazadaq got going on. So all respect to you, bro. And I rest my case on that. But Brother Tazadaq, I just want to say thank you, bro. You know what I'm saying, for allowing me the time and the place, bro. And I'm gonna be emailing you soon, bro. On behalf of not only Matthew 18, brother, but just so I could dialogue, man, because I've been meaning to reach out for you for some years, man. But brother, just please do. You're gonna be seeing the email, man. IOTB sales, man. Just please, brother, look out for that email, man. And I got some things I want to bring to your attention, Malak.
All right.
Already, big bro. Thank you, man. Shalom.
Shalom. Hey, Taz, the floor is open for you, brother. TOZ.
What's going on? Shalom, y'all. Shalom. T-Dot. My name is Makazar. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, come. We can hear clearly.
So, yeah, man, yeah, it's a beautiful thing y'all bringing it out, man, because I came from the brother Rogue Hebrew. I think you familiar. I know you was at the Gift. Yeah, you look familiar, right? Yeah, I know you. But yeah, I used to be with HOI LA.
All right.
Yeah, I know you.
So I know where y'all coming from, and it's just like
y'all, before you go, let me ask you this before you go on. Do you know the brother's wife that he violated out there, or the brother that Zabak violated?
Nah.
Because I can't seem to locate that dude, man. I want that dude to come on, man. But no, man, this dude needs to be put on blast, man.
Nah. I don't know, like, cause I just recently left not too long ago, so I didn't really get that information. But yeah, like that part, like I didn't know too much about that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of stuff is kept under wraps.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? So but I wanted to say real quick, just because this book right here, The Mystery of the Mexican Pyramids. This is a good book because it go into how everybody was Negro, but also just going into the Aztec thing.
All right.
Y'all can see it good, right?
Yeah, come.
Right, so this right here is supposed to be this Montezuma Aztecs and Cortez.
Is that him meeting Hernan Cortez, right?
Con. So yeah, you see like the woolly hair. Yeah, you see the woolly hair on him because you can see Cortez is a different shade than all the Aztecs. You know what I'm saying? So that's not your modern days. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of stuff like like the brother was bringing out though about like complexion and all of that. But for instance, most Hispanics or Mexicans, they say they Issachar, but none of them have, let's say, like an uncle, you know, an aunt that's a Negro. So you mean to tell me only one person is black, but everybody else is Spaniard or Mongoloid descent? You know what I'm saying? You can't base everything off of that. Then that's what a lot of these camps.
Right.
They'll take one person, and then with no uncles, no brothers, no Negroes at all, and just say, okay, they Issachar, and then they mixed in, and that's how they became what the you know what I'm saying? So you can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
And this is why the Most High said in Deuteronomy not to give your son. This is why he said that, because it shouldn't be all. It's nothing but confusion now.
Exactly.
That's all you get is confusion. Most High said not to do that, not to do this, not to do it, and we still doing it. And now you got these other people that look like Asians. They like remember the dude. Remember at the White House the dude Nathan Phillips.
Yeah, come.
You can't tell me he didn't look Japanese.
I mean, that's what they are, though. That's what they are, man. They're Moabites. They're Moabites, huh? They're Moabites. And you know, a lot of these cats, you know, they know it. Like when West knows this, man, but they don't want to admit it. Let me remind you of good old Rakah out of GMS. Let me before you brothers continue, let me play something real quick. And I played this the other night. They know what's up, man. Taha knows that these men are not Israelites, man. Let me see if I can get this to play real quick. Taha knows it. Rakah knows. And if Taha knows it, all those men that came up under him know it, man. Well, check this out. It's Rakah right here. See that? So you see, they know the truth, man. They know the truth. They know it. And he came up under Tahar, man. You see what I'm saying? So they know that. Knowing that, why you got these dudes in your camp, then, man? Why you got these dudes in your camp?
And they can't get them out now. They don't want them to leave.
Right. Come. Man, he's Reuben right there. The dude that was talking. He's Reuben. Most people look at him think he's Judah, but he's Reuben.
He's Reuben, yeah.
Yeah, he's a Reubenite.
And like you was like this book right here. That
I got that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, this book
is vital because like that. This book, it tells you that the term Negro really applied to the Indian. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff like soul food, all of that is indigenous. You know what I'm saying? You don't see them having with cornbread. You know what I'm saying? Cornbread is indigenous. That's you know, everybody, it's come from Africa. Nah, that's indigenous. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like that book. And I wanted to bring out, because even in this book, it talks about like the Mayans being Israelite.
I need to get that one. I hold that up again so I can see the name.
Yeah, Mystery of the Mexican Pyramids.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that one. I don't have that one, and I have a lot of books, man.
Yeah, in this book, I'm gonna read it real quick, but it tells you, this book right here, I don't have it, but this the PDF. It's called British Honduras to Believe Transformation of a Nation. And this book right here, it talks about how the Mayans are Israel. But in this book right here, let me just read this real quick. It's page 25. It says some Mayans were even sold as slaves to British plantation owners and settlers in Jamaica. Some were also sold to slave masters in the southern states of the United States, especially North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. And so damn near most of those states is black people.
Wow.
You know, even Jamaica.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because well, this you know, I'm TOZ, but I have two I have a scriptures no vain opinions. And when you and Tazadaq, when you and Quana was bringing everything out, I did a lesson on a video on how Latino is not a race, because you had said something.
No, it's not.
Too.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's not.
It's
Or
not a
Hispanic.
race.
Or Hispanic.
Exactly. So I did another one talking about who the real Taino is, because that's another, you know, Ephraim, you know what I'm saying? These guys thinking Ricky Martin when it's really Roberto Clemente. That's the real Ephraim, you know what I'm saying? Not Ricky Martin and J-Lo. But there's history and skulls that show that the Tainos that they found artifacts. I brought it out in the video, but that they were Negro. They were of Negro descent. So, and you had Tainos all throughout Jamaica, but they don't count that in the chart. You know what I'm saying? They think that all Tainos is your modern day Puerto Ricans when you had Negro descent Tainos all over the Caribbean islands. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. You know, and then the slavery, like I said, I just brought out that the Mayans had went also to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? You don't see so-called Mexicans in Jamaica like that. So who were the real Mayans and Aztecs that was
Mexican in Jamaica?
Yeah. You know, because it said Mayans were sold in slavery to Jamaica and a lot in those southern states, pretty much like North Carolina.
But I want to say this though, you know, Mexicans and Mayans are two different people, because you know the Mayans and the Aztecs were two different nations.
Yeah, they were two different nations. Now,
right.
this book right here, it talks about how the Mayans was Israel, so that's why I was kind of linking that up.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of why I was linking that part up. But they also another thing. I don't know if y'all heard about that. Why they call us Mayate? You know how they be calling us?
Yeah.
I know it means black.
So that's kind of like the word Maya, then Mayate. You know, y'all can make the connection. You know what I'm saying? So that showing you who the real Mayan, who the real. Let me show y'all one more thing. Let me see.
Damn, Mayate Mayans, they make sense. That make total sense.
And this book right here too, because also I'm just dabbing into different ones, but this book
the one that you had, that mystery of the Mexican pyramids, is that a hard copy or is it paperback?
Yeah, it's a hard copy. I don't Amazon. I don't know. I got it from Amazon. I think it's still. It might not be too much.
I see a paperback on eBay for like $5.71. But I kind of want the hard one, like you got right there.
Let me see. Damn, that's. Let me see, because I got mine off of Amazon. Let me see. It shouldn't be that much, but shoot.
Yeah. The paperback's only $5.71. But I'm looking for that
hard copy. All right. The hard copy is $3.19 on Amazon.
That's it. All right. We'll cop that right now.
Yeah. So, and then also, this is a good book too, because it talks about the Indians in Brazil and how they was Negro as well, but they also said how they was Israel. So That along with, and then they used to call, I know you know the term, they call Negros de Terra. They call the Indian, or it means blacks of the land. And that's synonymous with what West Africa, they call it Negro land. But that's when when the Spaniards and Portuguese came over to America, they call Negros de Terra, which means blacks of the land. So it's showing you like, there was black people already here, not mongoloids, you know. And then this right here, I know you know about this though, but like the emblem of America, because this is my Instagram, but I put the Assyrian captivity. You see how they've got the fringes on the side, but the sister, that's the emblem of America. So that's how they painted the people of America. Because let me see if y'all can see that part. Emblem of America. But she got the fringes on the side similar to the Assyrian captivity. Y'all can see that?
Come.
Yeah. So let me see. So like showing you that, and then we know
makes sense. That makes sense. Because my mom's mom, she from Argentina. My grandma from Argentina. We got family in Argentina. I went on a run down there for like 2 years one time, and like they all brown skinned people like me, dark skinned people like me, like like brown. But some of them still hate their own skin. They hate niggas.
Con.
Everything. You'd be like, what?
Yeah. Two of my son's mom is from Honduras, man. She look just like me, same complexion. You understand?
Yeah.
With kinky hair. And her mom was born and raised in Honduras. She didn't move to New York until she was in her like 40s or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Looked straight like a straight up Negro.
And that's the confusion too. A lot of us ain't Negro. So a lot of us is. But here's my thing, Tazadaq, and hear me out on this. And we can do a call on this or whatever. Now listen to me. In Ezra 13 and 40, the 10 tribes was gone. They came over here to Mexico, far as what we know from the One West doctrine. So now they only left the 2 tribes. Now, when the 2 tribes went into slavery, it was mainly Judah it make up the 2 tribes is mainly Judah. It's the house of Judah. So all them people that went on them slave ships when they took them, they came from the house of Judah. They dropped them off on these islands. Those are Judites. When they came to Veracruz, Mexico, those Spaniards they took from Africa, those was the 2 tribes that was left because the 10 tribes was supposedly already over here. So that makes them Judites because they was the only people to go in slavery on ships, right? So how did they get to the island?
You're saying that the 10 tribes was already here? Is that what you're saying?
Well, the One West doctrine is the 10 tribes was already here, correct? Before Judah went into slavery, correct?
Right.
Okay. Right. Now, if that is so, we know that the house of Judah was the only people to go into slavery by ships, right? So what does that make everybody that fell off them ships onto them islands that they dropped off, and when they brought them over here to Veracruz, Mexico, that make them what? Judites, because Judah was. See, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now,
so
right.
So before.
But no, I understand that there was some tribes left, and you got the tribe of Levi too. So that would make them either the tribe of Judah or the tribe of Levi, because it wasn't no abundance of the 10 tribes left, because most of them had left. It was a few.
Right.
Then if they say that, why would the queen have to go to Mexico to get a Mexican from the 10 tribe when one of the 10 tribe niggas that they kidnapping to take over here to America is already over here? Why would they do that when they can just grab the nigga from here? You know what I mean?
You saying people from West Africa, right? You saying that slaves and they
Africa, period.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Africa, period.
Okay.
Now, when you look up in Isaiah, and the Most High said that he will lift up the insignia, the call, the outcast of Israel. When you look up the outcast, it says just kicked out of the city. Then he said he will call Judah, the house of Judah, from the four corners of the world. So that's two different houses he telling you. Why didn't he say he'll just call Israel and Judah from the four corners of the world? He said, I'm gonna call Judah.
So I contend I don't really concur with a lot of the One West doctrine.
No, me neither. But
I do believe that you see how you're saying that the other tribes, how did they get to other places? I believe that they're primarily just in Central and South America, North, Central, and South America, right? Because America essentially is one continent until Esau divided it, trying to call it North, Central, and South America. That's still all one landmass. And so I concur that the northern tribes, we came here, but remember, about 1/4 of Levi was always with, because the priests had to be with both kingdoms to teach them the Lord's statutes and commandments. So there was always a section of Levi with the northern tribes and some with the southern tribe. The southern tribe was pretty much comprised of Benjamin, Judah, and a section of Levi who was actually a priest. And
okay.
So, yeah.
So then my thing to you, if the northern kingdom was already here, and then Judah come along on slave ships, and Benjamin and a portion of Levi, what does that make them people on them islands and everybody in Mexico? They not Issachar. That make them either Judah, Benjamin, or Levi.
No, but
you see where I'm going. You see where I'm going with it. You see where I'm going with it.
Yeah,
you see where I'm going with it.
I see what you're saying, King, but this is what I think that you might be overlooking, right? So the northern tribes didn't just come right here to North America. They spread it throughout America, right? They spread it throughout America because there's traces. Because how would you explain, like, the book that he held up in this book? It tells you that when these so-called Native Americans got here, we was actually already here, like Negros already here. So that couldn't have been.
Lewis and Clark stated that.
Right.
Lewis and Clark stated that. They said that at the I think I already sent it to you, where it states that the city the country of Mexico has always been a Negro continent.
So
I agree with that.
But so the people that was here, it couldn't have been Judah, because Judah, even according to your own words, you're saying that they came over on the transatlantic.
No, you're saying it backwards. You're saying it backwards. Now, the 10 tribes was already here, right?
Right.
And some of Judah is some of the free black people that came over here free on ships.
Right.
Now I'm talking about after Ezra's 13 and 40.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when they start putting us on slave ships, right, and bringing us over here, the house of Judah, when they start putting Judah on, I'm gonna just try to break it down as best as I can. When they start putting the house of Judah on slave ships, the 10 tribes was already gone, correct?
Right.
Okay. So now, when they start putting the house of Judah on slave ships, where did they take them to? They took them everywhere.
They took them to all of the places that they're actually located in.
Okay, so then
the West,
if they took a ship from Africa all the way to Mexico, to Veracruz, Mexico, and Oaxaca, Mexico, how are them people Issachar if them people they just carry from over there is from the house of Judah?
Yeah. Again, I hear
you see what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying, but
so
when you deal with what you're calling Mexico, remember a large portion of that was considered to be the United States. You see what I'm saying?
No,
like Texas, California, some portions of that. So that would have still been some the northern tribes right there.
No, what I'm saying is when they brought them on slave ships, the people they brought on slave ships was the house of Judah.
Right.
when Hernan Cortez conquered the Aztecs, they wiped them out by the millions by killing them, and then they wiped them out with smallpox. Then they brought in the African slaves from Africa, Tazadaq.
Right.
That's from the house of Judah.
Right. I got that. I get what you're saying, right?
Okay.
But what I'm saying,
so now them people that they brought on them ships to work them sugarcane fields after they killed the Aztecs are from the house of Judah, which, hold on, somebody trying to call me, which is from the house of Judah. So them people in Oaxaca, Mexico, them dark-skinned people are not Issachar. They either Benjamin, they either Levi, or they Judites. Yeah, because y'all was already over here. The 10 tribes was already over here. The 10 tribes was already over here.
Yeah, I get that.
The 10 tribes was already over here, and they wiped out the Aztecs down there when the Spanish came. The Spanish brought what?
So you're
African
saying
slaves.
you're saying all of them. You're saying all of the northern tribes that was here, that was in Mexico, got wiped out.
The ones that were killed by Hernan Cortez, yes, when he took over Mexico, yeah. When you look it up, yeah, he killed them by the millions, and then the ones they didn't kill by the millions, they killed 700,000 at least by smallpox alone and diseases. That's not including the ones they killed at the war. Like when he posted that picture about Hernan Cortez when he was first meeting Montezuma II, Montezuma bowed to him. He gave him a big gold, all gold calendar. Big calendar. When he conquered them, he killed that man. When they took over everything, they wiped out all the Aztecs. And then it states it was so many African slaves that it wasn't enough women, so they had to start taking other women, such as Spaniard women. Real shit. When you read it, real life. So if I'm African and I come on a slave ship, and the Northern Kingdom's already here, but the Northern Kingdom that was in this section of this place, so-called B, they got wiped out. They don't have nobody to work with you.
I hear what you're saying, but in order for me to concur with that, I would have to see like something that was actually officially, like I could go into like the so-called Library of Congress and actually pull archives that show that we was actually indigenous people to this land. So I would have to really see that some record that all of us was completely wiped out. You see what I'm saying? That was in this.
I mean, you can look it up. I mean, you can look it up. That's why when a brother posted the picture when he showed you about Hernan Cortez meeting Montezuma II, when you know the history between them, it took 2 years. It took them 2 years to conquer them people. When you know the history between them, they wiped them out. That's how they brought in slaves. It was more slaves in Mexico, Tazadaq, as I stated earlier, than it was in the United States. How? Because they brought them in where? Through Veracruz and Oaxaca, Mexico. You can look it up. Then they brought them in to work the sugarcane fields. Yeah. So, but if the Aztec people was still there, why did they need these people to work the sugarcane fields? Why did they need almost 500,000 people to work sugarcane fields if you didn't kill off all these people? That doesn't make any sense. Why would I kill you off and then I don't have nobody to work? Now I got to bring in slaves, 500,000 people. Smithsonian, hey, I tell you what, I sent you all the stuff that I sent you with the blue letters on it, with the blue background. That's from the Smithsonian Museum.
Would you email that?
No, when I sent it to your messenger.
I have to go back.
I sent it to your messenger when you had asked for that information. I sent it. That's directly from the Smithsonian Museum. That's how you know black people. That's how you know the Mexicans hate black, because the only statue in Mexico, like he was saying, Cinco de Mayo is from Gaspar Yangi, which is an African slave who they brought over here from Africa, who helped free them. He's not an Issacharite. He's from the house of Judah. He's from either Benjamin, Levi, or Judah. He's not no Issachar, because Issachar was already over here.
Right. I get that. But what was you going to say, brother?
So,
no, go ahead.
He was gonna say something. Go ahead.
I thought he was going to say something.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you just was talking about basically just Mexico region, basically.
Come.
Okay.
Come.
Yeah, because I can see what you're saying. I still got to do a little bit more research on that. But like what I brought out with the Mayans, you had some that went into slavery, but for all Indians, because even the book right here, it tells you that a lot of Indians were shipped to Africa. So even with that in mind, let's say you had some Gadites that were shipped from various parts of the East Coast.
They were shipping some to Brazil also.
So you had Brazil, the Caribbean, and then for instance, when you do the research, because even with the Thanksgiving, those tribes like the Pequot, because a lot of people don't know who the people involved were for Thanksgiving. They just think all Indians was, but it was mainly the Pequot, the Narragansett, and the Wampanoag, which is all black tribes. They was shipped. You had them being shipped to the Caribbean, but you also had some that was shipped to Africa. So even with that being said, you had some shipped to Africa. A lot could have got caught up in that and brought back. See, that's why the chart.
Can I ask you a question?
Confusing. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to ask you. I want to ask you a question. Before they was capturing the Mayans and selling them to Jamaica, was there anybody before the Atlantic slave trade? Was there anybody indigenous to the West Indies, Jamaica, Cuba, or anything else? Was there any indigenous people living on them islands before the Atlantic slave trade?
Yeah.
What was them people's names that were on them islands?
What, like the Tainos, Arawak?
No, I'm talking about like in the West Indies. So what people was living in Jamaica before the Atlantic slave trade?
The Tainos, because you had the Tainos, the Arawaks that was in Jamaica, Bahamas, that prior to Columbus. That's documented that those were the people of the.
No, I'm not. No. Listen to what I'm saying, brother. The Atlantic slave trade didn't start with Columbus. I'm saying before the Atlantic slave trade, before we started going into slavery, was there anybody living on these so-called Caribbean islands, Dominican Republic, right now, so-called Puerto Rico? Was there anybody living on them? And if it was, what year did the French and the Spanish conquer them islands? That's what I'm asking you.
So you said, prior to the Atlantic slave trade, which is the African slave trade. Yes,
our slave trade, the House of Judah slave trade.
You talking about 1492? All 1492 prior, because they say 1619 is when the Atlantic slave trade started, which that could be debated, but that's
I agree.
So that's the answer I would give you, is that the Tainos, all of those people that were indigenous to the Tainos, the people of Dominican Republic, Hispaniola, prior to Columbus, because Columbus is before.
So my thing is, what year did the French conquer the island of Puerto Rico and kill all the people on there and set up a colony? What year did they do that? What year did they go into Dominican Republic on the other side of the island and kill all the people that was indigenous there and set it up? That's my question to you.
So what year did they kill well, I don't believe that they killed everybody. I don't believe that everybody was conquered to the point of, because if that's the case, there's no more.
They just let them come on their island and just set up a whole colony without killing them.
So
there's journals.
But when you look at journals, you still had that going on here. Like, for example, the term maroon meaning runaway. Like, you had like a lot of Reubenites that they still survive in Florida, right? They're kind of like a lost tribe. When I was in Panama, I was working on a Black Hawk UA-60 helicopter. When we was flying way back into the forest, you saw these little so-called Panamanians coming out with afros that people didn't even know exist, and they was kind of like primitive. You see what I'm saying? And the people that run that place, probably think that they, wiped those people out, but they was kind of like damn near almost like living in the Stone Ages, man. Like their teeth was actually protruding out. They look almost like them cave people, but they were still surviving.
But Mexico is different though, Tazadaq. That whole city is different. If you've been to Mexico, it's different.
I've been there
when you go to these islands when you go down to these islands like Veracruz and Tulum and stuff like these are on islands. You got to catch a boat to get to these pyramids and stuff like that. So what I'm saying is the reason why I asked you that question, because there was no indigenous people to these islands before they got there. You feel what I'm saying? Because we know some of our people went off the side of these ships and swam to some of these islands. We know that they docked at some of these islands and set up camp there because they was having sickness. You feel me? The ship wouldn't make it. The ship got lost or anything. They didn't know where they was at. So what I'm saying, if these people was not indigenous, if there was no indigenous people to this island, right? And you saying it is, that means that the people that they still brought on the ship over there are still from the house of Judah, regardless, because Judah was the only one to go in. The house of Judah was the only one to go into the Atlantic slave trade. And if you look at the Atlantic slave trade and the routes that they took, they dropped them off at what? All of these islands. They dropped what? African slaves, house of Judah, off at all these islands before they made their final stop, which would make them what? Either the house of Judah, either Benjamin, Levi, or Judah.
So do you?
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
the 10 tribes is already gone.
So the
10 tribes is already gone. It's impossible for them.
Because when you say that, that's basically like saying that all the 10 tribes. When you saying that they was killed off, that's like saying the 10 tribes.
I can't buy that. I mean, I wouldn't.
Judah took over now. 10 tribes.
So then my question is, why would they need to import African slaves if they already done conquered these men, these people there's a lot of them.
I mean, because that's what they do. I mean, that's pretty much what they do. Like, once they got a significant amount of slaves here, why do they still continue to process them? Because the money, it bought them free labor and money. They consistently did that. Even when they was told to stop, they still wanted to do it. You see what I'm saying? That was just something in their nature, man. That they're just
right. But I'm saying though, Tazadaq, they tell you the history of this war between these people, and they tell you after they killed them off, we know it's going to be a few left. It's not going to be like it's not zero of them. It said they killed them off to where they had to they didn't have no men to work the sugarcane fields. Look it up. They had no men to work. They killed them. There was nobody to work. Well, they wanted free labor. So what they did, they imported. What did they do? They imported the African slaves to Veracruz, Mexico.
Right.
Let me show you something.
That doesn't mean that they were totally wiped out. So when they say they don't,
no, I agree. I don't mean like it stinks.
The other thing about those islands, when you read this book, you will find out that we was actually all over the world right there. Like every place that Esau ever went to, our presence was actually already there. We were on those islands and everywhere else on the face of the earth. Everywhere that he typically goes, he can't acclaim land anywhere but the Caucasus Mountains. And so prior to that, no matter where you go, there's history of us being there prior to him actually even arriving.
Let me just show something real quick. Now this image right here, because it says Amerique, which is or Amérique, which is French. So when you do research on the French, a lot of people don't know about the indigenous servitude that with New France, because you know that the French, they took over a lot of America. So that's what even like, for instance, Louisiana.
Right.
And places like that. So they had a lot of slaves. And when this happened, this was the 1600s to the 1700s. So everybody wasn't killed off. So that's the norm of the teaching that
no, see, brother, see, now understand this. You talking about Louisiana. The French, now
I'm not just
hold on. Right. Listen, the Spaniard owned everything from South America all the way up to Washington, the state of Washington, even all the way damn near to Texas. The Spaniards owned. Then when you get to Louisiana, the Louisiana Purchase, we know that the French bought all them islands, all them states, all the way up to Ohio. That's why these people on the West Coast speak mainly Spanish, because the Spaniard conquered this coast. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But that's a different timeline. That's different. I ain't talking about that the Hernan Cortez wiped out every single Indian in Mexico. I'm talking about Mexico City. They didn't wipe because Hernan Cortez, he didn't go to war with the Mayans. He went to war with the Aztecs. They took over Mexico.
Yeah, I mean,
Mexico and Mayans are two different.
I understand what you said.
Check this out, though. So when we deal with that, we got to deal with scripture also, right? So then that would actually contradict the 144,000, being gathered from all nations. You see what I'm saying? Of the world, if we was actually totally wiped out in that particular
No,
venue.
No, that's not what I'm saying, because now you trying to affiliate the Aztecs as Israelites. I'm not saying the Aztecs
I'm not
was not
talking about
Israelites.
the Aztecs whatsoever. So I believe that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I believe that Gad came here, and again, a part of what they now call this America was what you call Mexico. That, I mean, when you look at the old maps, that's beyond the shadow of a doubt. So that means we was there. But you're saying that we totally got annihilated. We totally got
you misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm saying in Mexico. Now, when you understand the Mexican map, see, this is what I'm saying about a lot of people when they try to speak about Mexico. I'm talking about Mexico. The whole United States was not Mexico.
Yeah, right.
You feel what I'm saying? It was only a certain part. I'm talking about where it stopped at Mexico, the Mexico City, where they have that how you say it, the capital, Mexico City. That's that country right there, Mexico. All them Aztecs, Hernan Cortez. I'm gonna repeat it. Hernan Cortez wiped out all the Aztecs. There were a little bit left. Yes, there was a few, but they wiped out all the Aztecs. I'm not including the Mayans, the Incas, the Cherokees. I'm not including Gad. I'm including the Aztecs. When you look it up, it tell you that. When you tell you the story, he wiped them all out after the war, and then the ones that he didn't kill with the war, they killed with diseases. You feel what I'm saying? They wiped out all the Aztecs, and then they brought in the African slaves to Mexico, because the Aztecs was warring with the Mayans. You feel me? So all the African slaves they brought into Mexico, where they just wiped out the Aztecs, not nobody else, are all from Africa. They all from the house of Judah. That's what I'm saying. They from the house of Judah. All the people that came on the Atlantic slave trade was from the house of Judah. They not nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. So I agree with that. But it sounds like you were saying that the tribe of Gad and everyone else.
No, not at all, brother. Not at all. We know that it was still people here. I'm just saying in the Mexico region, that little region that we call Mexico country right now. Hernan Cortez wiped out all the Aztecs. Just them. When you look it up, it'll tell you just them. And then once they wiped them out, they didn't have nobody to work the sugarcane fields over there. So then they went and brought in 200 to 500,000 African slaves. That's what I was getting at. So we know that the African slaves that they brought in are from the house of Judah. They're not Issachar. That's the confusion with them saying that they Issachar when them people is not Issachar in Mexico. They're from the house of Judah. They're not of the 10 tribes. They are the house of the southern house. You feel me?
So then, so let me ask you this then: where would Issachar be?
Now here's what I've read, Tazadaq. In Isaiah, the Most High said he will lift up an insignia to call the outcast of the house of Israel. Because you know Israel got outcast. When you look up in the blue letter, in the blue letter Bible, the concordance, and you look up outcast, it tells you the people they just kicked out of the city. You can't come back in the city. You on the outskirts. You on the outskirts. Then in the second verse, the Most High said, I will call Judah from the four corners of the world. That's two different places. That's two distinct houses. That's direct. I will call Israel from the outcast, and I will call Judah from the four corners, the house of Judah from the four corners of the world. It says it in Isaiah. Straight up. Real life. I know you looking it up. I can see you. Watch where you find it. That's what it says.
No,
You look it up in the blue.
I guess I'm kind of missing the point with that. Right there. You're saying that he said that I will call Judah from the outcast. And what was the other?
No.
What was that? Isaiah?
No. If you give me a minute, I have to. It's on my phone. I have to. Because I gotta go in on my bags and stuff. If you give me a minute, I'll come right back on with it.
I'll find it in a second. Maybe Isaiah 11 and 12.
So if question. So
right.
You know how, all right, so you got James 1:1 where it says that, to the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad, but you also have Jeremiah, the 23rd chapter, and it also says that Israel, they'll be gathered from all this countries that they were scattered. So,
right. But do you know what abroad is? Abroad is anywhere outside your country. If you tell somebody I'm going abroad, that means you leaving the States. Like you're going to Mexico, you're going to an island, you're going to Europe. You can be going anywhere. That's what abroad means. So when a person say, "Oh, I'm about," like right now, I just went abroad 2 weeks ago. That's in Mexico. That's outside the States, outside of your country. So even when he say that in James, I'm gonna bring them back from abroad. That means the same thing. I'm gonna bring them back from the countries that they are scattered in. Yes, they are scattered. The outskirts is outside of Canaan, where the promised land is. The Most High kicked them out, which is the outcast, which means outside the city, which means you in another country. It's the same thing. It's the same.
Okay,
you look at it, it's the same thing.
So basically, you saying that the outskirts. So the outskirts you would be saying is Africa, and because if that's the case, then that's basically nowhere over here in America. Then, if that's how you interpret it.
I mean, there is. I mean, like they say, it is a few people that went on. See, like the Ak was saying, it's Isaiah 11 and 12.
So Isaiah 11 and 12.
And I shall set up an insignia for the nations, and they shall assemble the outcast of Israel. When you look up in the blue letter, what the outcast means.
When you look that up in the Ibrit, the word there in the King James it says exile, outcast, but
thank you.
Is exiles, is naive.
Okay, then
means
right.
exile.
Then the next verse, I shall gather together the dispersed of Judah. I shall gather the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. That's two distinctions. That's two different houses. That's two different directions.
Well, I mean, it's just it's kind of like just a way of speaking, right? So it's not even
Tazadaq. When you understand in American English, that's direct, because the Most High would have said, "I will call the house of Israel and Judah from the four corners of the earth." You're not going to make two distinction separations in two different houses. He's letting you know where they at.
Right, but I mean, using the word. Well, I mean, again, when you look it up in the Hebrew, it's not even called outcasts; it's called exiles. That means someone that was actually literally exiled from their country. You see what I'm saying? The word is nedhi in the Ibrit, means to push, to thrust. So that's someone been pushed out, been thrust out. He said, I would gather the exiles meaning to push out the thrust of Israel. And then it says he will collect the scattered, of Judah. So, I mean, when you read it in the English, but if you go and look that up in the Ibrit, it reads a little differently.
I mean, if you look up the word exile just means you can't come back to your city. It's like being on the outskirts. But even when you get to the next verse and it tell you the four corners, it tell you that's just distinct. You feel me? It's direct. It tell you 2 different houses with 2 different callings. Why would he call 2 different houses? Tell you he's just gonna call one house. The Most High is just a man that's gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna call it the house of Israel and Judah from the 4 corners of the world. Simple as that. I'm gonna lift up an insignia. But he telling you, I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call out the outcasts of Israel.
No, but he's saying he will collect both of them, brother. He's saying I will gather the exiles of Israel.
Right, but the exile only mean outside your city. Judah's in the 4 corners. Judah's the only people that go in the 4 corners of the world. Listen, hey Tazadaq, Tazadaq, we can set up a day and we can go over it. We can set up a day because I don't want to take up your whole time on this. We can set up a day and I'll bring it out and we can go over it. You feel what I'm saying? Straight up, real talk. I like that. You see what I'm saying? You feel me? Like discourse, ain't nobody here arguing, cussing. You feel me? That's all I'm talking about, man. Feel me?
Yeah.
Straight up.
I mean, yeah, there's some interesting points, man. But
thank you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Just gotta look into it. That's all I'm saying. I pray the Most High reveal it to you. That's it. Feel me? That's all.
But yeah, it's getting kind of late over here, man. You guys on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast. It's like 1 o'clock. It's 1 a.m. over here, man.
Man, that's a granny nap, man. That's a granny nap, man.
I gotta bring this to an end, man. And my rib probably want to come back here in the room and everything, man. So yeah, we're gonna end this right here. I didn't even realize it was this late. What time we start this? Like 9. So it's like 9 something over here. Yeah, it's start this like 9.
It's a good deal, man. I just want to say one last thing because I wanted to bring out the whole thing with the Canaanite real quick. That whole thing because I found this thing when I was passing through and I seen a van and it said Iglesia of Canaan, which the Spanish for Church of Canaan. So I'm like, that's ironic that they be trying to call us Canaanites, but they got they church like a particular church I seen. It was called Iglesia of Canaan. So they the real Canaanite. But yeah, I just found that funny that they calling it Canaan, but yeah, they got a church called Canaan. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, and again, when you read, and this is how a lot of people get thrown off. When you read a lot of the old historians, they were referring to on a very like I guess like superficial level. They was also referring to us as a people of Canaan, because Israel, before it was called Israel, it was called the land of Canaan, and so most people misinterpret that. You see what I'm saying? They think they was literally calling us Africans, but they weren't, because we went in and we occupied that land. And so we became known as the people of Canaan. And so they, create this misnomer, think that we're talking about the people of Canaan by bloodline, but they was only talking about because we went over and we took that land. Then they eventually started calling it Israel. But before it was called Israel,
the Carthaginians. You know how the Carthaginians, they call like the Carthaginians Canaanites as well, or like the Phoenician, like because they call like the Libyan. Well, when the Romans had sent a lot of Jews to Carthage, so it's likewise like you saying, like if they would be just like in Acts the 2nd chapter, you had Jews coming from all areas of under heaven, and they were going to be calling themselves these names like Egyptian, whatever the case is, Greek, so on and so forth. So likewise, Carthaginian, they try to put that as the same thing as Canaan, but it's like this. Those were Jews that was being called by those names, that not that they was actually Canaanites or of the seed of Ham. So it's kind of like a misnomer, like you're saying.
Come. And so, hypothetically speaking, like what language, did the Israelites really speak? Right? I mean, we're often described as speaking the Canaanite language just because of the land. You see what I'm saying? But it was Hebrew. It was Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? But they're often referring to it as the Canaanite language. They speak a Canaanite dialect. So, and this is why a lot of people get thrown off. They're going to research, hey, these people are Canaanites. No, we was living in the we was living in the land of Canaan. So they was referred to as, the people of the land of Canaan. But they was Israelites. You see what I'm saying? They weren't talking about the Hamites, because the Lord said, I'm gonna he told Abraham, get out of your land and go into the land of Canaan. And the people that you find there, we were supposed to destroy those people, right? So then we became known as the people of Canaan. When you read a lot of these books in history, they're referring to them as the people of Canaan, but was really Israelites, not Canaanites by bloodline. So a lot of people get screwed up on that, man. Yeah. But yeah, man.
Having me on that. Yeah, I like these bills you and Quinad doing, So hope more to come. But I appreciate you having me on.
There's another brother that was from your camp, man. I don't want to say his name. HOI in Cali. I just had a conversation with him. He told me a lot of stuff, man. I'm trying to get him to come on because I don't like to put another man's name out there. You see what I'm saying? He has to do that himself. So I can't really say nothing. But
yes, I gotta hit me though. Hit me, and I'm so I can see who you talking about. But yes, I'll hit you, and just send me your
brother is very professional, so he don't really want, you know what I mean? He got a professional. He not one of them like vagabond Israelites that be running from woman to woman, trying to get the women to take care of him and so on and so forth. Public assistance, and you know what I mean? I need about 4 more wives so I get on with public assistance. You take care of him. He's not one of them. He's professional.
But hit me. So I could see who you might.
I put my email in the room.
Okay, come on.
Yeah.
All right.
I guarantee you know him, man, because he had been dealing with him since around 2013.
Let me see.
But the brother say he never really joined fully, but he was just questioning a lot of things. And he said when he saw these videos that me and Kanat was putting out, a lot of things started to click, and he was like, it made sense. Like some of the stuff what I was saying, he was like, damn, so that explains that. And this is where he did this. Oh yeah, he went to the clinic out here also. The brother, the job that he does, when the bot popped up with something, I mean, he told the brother, oh yeah, that's just a hernia. But the brother found out it was the STD, and that he was lying. Like, damn, this dude lying. And he said he wondered where he was getting all this money from, like flying back and forth when the brother don't work. So a lot of things just wasn't adding up. And when he would fly back and forth, he's staying at hotels and all of that. But the man don't have a checking account. The man never had a checking account since I known him, man. Man don't have a bank account. You know what I mean? He used to tell me, oh, I don't get into that kind of stuff. No, Negro, because child support was after your ass. The dude came to me to try and get him to help a few years back, man. He sent his rib to me trying to get him to help with some child support joint, man. He was even saying, I can't work. Child support will eat me up. Dirty, man. Grimy dude, man. Grimy.
Yeah,
grimy. People think he's the prophet of the Most High. That's a damn shame, man. And the Most High is dealing with him, man. Because you could see the man's aging like crazy, man. The man's aging like crazy. He looked way older than what he is, man. I'll just leave it as that, man. But it's kind of late. I need to bring this to a close, man. So yeah, we thank you for tuning in. It was pretty a long bill, but it was good. It was good. So with that, gonna say shalom to everyone. Thank you for calling in. Shalom up.